Hello and welcome back. We're now in hour something or other, and the team has some legwork. We're going to talk about possible plans, possible to be continued, and possible possibles. I don't know. I once again
Good.
return the ball to you guys.
All right.
Alright, what's our current in-game time right now?
I believe Wednesday afternoon.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's right.
So here's my present strategy is basically Stardust is on hold recovering and not recovering, but preparing and watching the timer tick down for when ever his car leaves and we are ready in, say, 8 hours from now once he's gotten some time to rest. Next time his car leaves, I say we pick that as our go signal and we move in and try and find the bird from there as I subvert his security system using that.
Alright.
Do we want to try to get Stardust into the hardwired security? Because I'm thinking that's gotta be what it is.
Yeah, that's stage 2. Stage 1 is we wait for his car to leave, use the marks that he creates when that happens, enter the building, or enter the perimeter, then try and hack the hardwired security. And after that, we move from there. But step 1 is we wait until he leaves, we subvert the perimeter security, and we go in.
Are we going to try to look like any particular thing when we go in?
I was assuming a bunch of Shadowrunners sneaking in.
In the middle of the afternoon.
Well, you're waiting.
Sensors aren't going to change. The sensors aren't going to change from day to. I would rather go in the middle of the afternoon when he is gone and half of his security team is, rather than going in the dead of night when they're all on guard and all on duty.
Well, what I was thinking is I can make disguises for the rest of us with my kit. And what we're going to want to do is, if we're doing any sort of social aspect to it at all, is we want to look like legitimate users until the very last moment.
What legitimate reason would we have for going in there with the infiltration equipment we'll have to use to get to access to the bird?
Hell if I know, but if we act like we belong enough, no one from outside of the place will ask, and by the time anyone inside would think to ask, they'll hopefully not actually be visible to them.
I feel
Also,
like
do we know
I
if
don't
these
exactly-
fences are topped with any dangerous shit?
I feel like that's not our best bet in this case because I would rather have the added protection of my freaking chameleon suit and my digigrade legs, which make me super stealthy and shit like that, than the added protection of when I was walking up to perform all this illegal sneaky shit, I looked like the repair guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a time for social infiltration and there's a time for physical infiltration, and maybe this is me doing the hammer and nail thing, but I don't really see a way to safely socially infiltrate this with how tight knit his security is.
I'm just saying
when
I don't want to get spotted by people in the neighborhood other than our target that we may not be accounting for on our approach.
Okay, so you're
How
talking about a
close
vehicle
are
that was
your
legitimate.
neighbors?
I'm sorry. Was that how close are his neighbors?
Yeah,
Not very.
thought so.
So if we have something parked outside, it'll look pretty conspicuous.
Right, which is why I'm thinking of a rolling drop. So a vehicle that looks legitimate. The hacker or the physical infiltration team exfiltrates out of that vehicle, and we move from there.
I can work with that.
Yeah, and then I can
Sounds
keep
good.
driving the... I think a Concordat fits in with that neighborhood pretty well. So I can just drop you guys off somewhere inconspicuous and be nearby in case I need to pull up and do some medicine. Were the fences topped with anything when we drove by? Razor wire,
Not that you saw.
electricity?
Take that for what you will.
Do you happen to know if the front door, like, does it have like an electronic gate or something that might happen to be slave to the host?
Did I see that?
You did not see that.
No. I would have to physically sneak up and hack it.
By the way, do our infiltration specialists have their own auto pickers and everything like that? Just double checking.
I could use a sequencer and an auto picker, but
I have an
generally,
auto picker, but I think it might be good to keep me off of the physical entry team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could I borrow that auto picker then? For where
Yeah.
I'm going?
I'll
Okay.
take off my forearm guards and hand them over. It's a really nice auto picker, rating 6. There's also a mini welder. Don't turn that on. Really need to.
And don't
A
confuse
jammer
the two.
and a microphone. Do not
Appreciate
confuse the two. The
Hey,
red
this-
button makes fire.
He slaps them on like he's used to using forearm guards.
Hmm.
Oh, you got the jammer integrated too. Nice
Yep.
work.
So the plan is to wait until the car leaves on Thursday?
Yep.
Yep.
And assuming I can set the dog brain pilot to drive up, I'm gonna ask someone to pass me gloves from the glove box while we coast through Seattle.
We should also be prepared for the possibility that hopefully won't happen, but the possibility that we may have to use this as an intel trip and not the primary action if something goes wrong.
Yes, if things head south, get out. We have days. Several of them.
Several. So, let me
What I
run
think
this.
I'm gonna do real quick is
Sure.
I want to get another fake sin since I'm gonna need another one anyway. I don't like having only one rating 4.
So paranoid.
So I'm also gonna get that started while we're waiting for the data cycle.
Gonna look at this picture of a piglet beach party. That was freaking adorable.
Alright.
Double time, sir.
Okay. Don't they have a delivery time of like a week since they're 10,000 anyway?
Something like that.
I'm gonna see if my other contact can get one faster.
Sure.
I'm lazy contact do it for Wah, 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 wah.
Lo and behold, he's actually looking for the same exact name.
Well, that's a wash. Guess that won't be available in any time in the near future. So,
Couple weeks.
So,
Alright.
about that plan. Car roll up. Hackify things. Physically climb the gate or something. I don't know where the rest of the plan goes. And there's a
Yeah,
lot
I'm a little confused too.
My plan is the car leaves. I get 3 marks on the host. Okay.
You get 3
Because
marks on the car.
Yeah, and the car slave to the host. Marks travel up.
I don't think that
I
works.
I'm not clear. Does that happen when it's invited marks?
I don't think that it
Yes.
should.
It's how it is written. Because otherwise I wouldn't have done what I did.
Yeah, I'm
But,
not worried about fighting with it now, but
Yeah.
we can give you 3 marks on the host. It just marks travel up from illegally acquired marks because that gets to you. That is at least my
Because
interpretation on how shit works, because those marks you're gaining from a not legal action.
I believe it works anyway.
We
but
can
I-
work it. We can figure it
Yeah.
out later.
Yeah, we're
Um,
already 5 hours into this, so
If you want to take
Yeah, no,
more
you can-
time about it.
no, you
All
can
right,
have.
sorry.
Alright.
Okay. So we Our plan is to sneak. When the car leaves, hackify the host, see what the actual sensor layout is, then attempt to sneak in after, depending on what we see, then see if sneaking in is possible. If it is, we sneak in and try to get an idea of where the bird is or gain access to the hardwired security system.
All right, so in the area under our stuff, I've basically separated their security system out into 3 layers that we have to go through progressively. We've got the matrix security handled through the contact to the host. We still need to get physical entry to the grounds in general, which then gets us access to the hardwired security in the house's entry points. Once we have those, we can determine where the bird is.
Yep. So our goal for this one is to see, first stage, see what the host security looks like. B, attempt to subvert the host security to make it in so that our physical team can get to the hardwire. At least that's how I understand it.
That sounds correct to me.
So then this is on Thursday then that we're waiting for the car to leave?
Yes.
Alright, so let me... It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Your deck will ping.
Okay. So, will, I assume, take a little time driving into position, giving him some time to drive away? Right?
Don't look at me, I don't know.
Yeah. So we get into position, and the first thing Stardust is going to do before we go in is he is going to snoop on the host. This is electronic warfare. Oh, first of all, he's going to take some psych.
Drugs.
I spend more money on psych than anything else, sometimes it feels like.
Except sequins for your drones.
Never going to live that down, am I? And
No,
the
you're
host,
not.
The host just resists this with a rating plus firewall. And I'm going to go ahead and spin a point of edge on this.
How many edge do you have, just so to abate my curiosity?
I started with 5 edge and spent 4 over 2 days, and I was counting as having 2 days of recovered, bringing me up to 3 edge left.
Alright, I'm just gonna... Oh, that's the wrong tool.
I've been keeping track of it up here with how much current edge I have exhausted.
Excellent. I don't need to do any of this stuff then.
And then this goes up to 3 edge exhausted.
Okay. So you have a total of 7?
Yep. And the host resists this with rating times firewall.
Rating times firewall. That's like 54
or not
dice.
Not rating times. Rating plus firewall. I'm getting tired.
Yep.
Sorry.
So you have snooped information. What is your goal?
I'm looking to... Are the cameras broadcasting to the host? Because if they aren't, then it's... Okay. I'm looking through what the cameras and other sensors are broadcasting to it. Also, what the car is broadcasting to it, if anything.
Sorry, I was struck by a yawn. So the car itself is not broadcasting a whole bunch. It's just basically its location and a... I guess kind of like an all clear or at certain checkpoints when it goes past certain things. So you can kind of follow its route. It's unless you guys have waited a while, you have no idea where the car is actually heading because it's heading west.
What information are the cameras sending?
So let's go ahead and roll a test to see how much information you actually get out of the cameras. See what they happen to be
So,
looking
like-
at the time, like a perception or electronic warfare or something along those lines.
Sure thing.
And can this stuff that is being seen be forwarded to everyone else?
Yeah.
Yep. Over those panels into your encrypted files. I'm basically streaming it into the file.
Sounds good.
So at
Then,
the moment, go ahead.
I just want to get a confirmation that everyone is willing to accept my delicious social dice contributions and stuff.
Yeah, if you want to tell me what to do, you can tell me what to do.
I mean, with all of his wonderful matrix capabilities that your face knows.
More for the general operation,
Yeah.
sort of prioritizing things and so forth.
Yeah, just throwing it out there. So, you will see as you begin with the. Let's start with the garage, I guess. There are a couple of cars in here, all under tarps, and there is a motorcycle that is under a tarp. A bunch of other equipment equivalent to, say, a shop with a little bit of extra stuff in here. Very nice, neat, maintained. Everything seems to have a place. Sliding over to the like 2-story house. Flipping through the cameras, you will see that there are 4 bedrooms set up and minor living quarters. And then the
He
mansion.
spies heavily on these people.
When you have a executive security protection contract,
They
You-
put cameras everywhere.
you are not spying. Knight Errant is spying.
Yep. That's
Um,
true.
That being said, these cameras are going to the host itself, which may be done for the like Knight
There's a
Errant just
lot of
has
reasons.
access to them anyway, or just to keep it off of Knight Errant's official servers to just cut down on traffic.
So if he commits a crime, also, they don't have to be like, well, shit. Also, it means any Yahoo that ever hacked the KE host could access every single one of their their contracts shit. Storing it locally like this is smart.
That sounds like a big security problem that would end up with a several large lawsuits.
You lost my what?
Exactly. But going through the mansion, it is definitely luxury lifestyle. And then you will get to like the back third of the building and into the basement is a bunch of different enclosures that have a variety of different critters and things in them. Do you have any related? Does anybody have any related parazoology knowledge, skills, or stuff like that?
I do.
Throw dice.
Does biology work for it?
Sure, throw dice.
Will the anatomy specialization apply?
No.
As none of them are cut open, no.
We're working on that part, though.
And that was biology, or that was
That was bio.
okay. So there is a. You're not sure what specifically of the species that you have here. I didn't even realize Frank actually had parazoology. I just kind of. There's a variety of different species. The ones that you can see all look in moderate health for being in captivity, and some of them look like there's a couple of albinos that aren't, well, that can happen in any species, but they're not common at all. With your,
Pablo,
go ahead.
Pablo Escobar called.
With your
Sorry.
parazoology, you see, like, there's a barghast, there's an albino hellhound, there's a basilisk, there's a couple of other, like, mundane versions of just large, exotic things. There's, like, a tiger in the one, enclosure. You guys don't see in here anything that resembles a cage or avians. Can you give me another test on a specific room that is coming up?
A what? Sorry?
Can you give me another just sensor test to see how good you guys can see?
Sure thing. I have another question. Are these animals hooked up to biomonitors that communicate with the host? And do they have auto injectors in case he? Oh God, they're loose.
No, they are not. They're not biomonitored and stuff. You can see that there is a the hell's like a status screen or something on each of the enclosures so that they are able to be monitored, but not like physical health. More like, okay, motion sensor here hasn't detected motion from pacing tiger for 10 minutes. Moderate alert, something like that. You will come to a room as you're cycling through that looks kind of like a smoking parlor slash relaxation room.
Okay.
Inside, you will see it has a old style record player, and you will see the shape of a cage that seems to have a cloak or a hood. You know how they put things over bird cages to hide them so they think it's nighttime and
Yeah.
you go to sleep. It is approximate a shape with a nice like velvet embroidered sheet over something that is about the size that would fit one of the cages that you were looking at with your songbirds earlier.
Okay.
Um,
Where's the smoking pit parlor located in the house, and does it have a skylight?
No skylight. Third floor, north face.
Windows?
One.
Do we have enough camera feeds to get a rough idea of the whole layout?
Yeah, more or less.
How many members of the staff, security drones, and security guards do we see on cameras?
On cameras, you will see, like, are you looking just in the house or just over the whole thing?
Over the whole thing.
Okay.
Do you want one electronic warfare check, which is observing and detail scanning for peoples?
Give me a test for outside because you already did a test for
Okay.
inside, and see how good of a head count I can get you. More or less to see whether or not they are in view.
Sorry if I'm echoing.
Not at the moment.
Okay. I think what happens is my hair touches my microphone and carries the vibrations from my headset.
Get a haircut, you hippie.
Never. You're not my real dad.
I miss my long hair. So outside, you will see that the landscapers, the older guy, whose name I don't remember, he's out there working with a green man, or a green humanoid shape. They seem to be doing something landscapey. I don't know if you have anything that is even close to knowledge related to that.
Well, because of my six ranks in topiaries, I have no clue.
Okay. Yeah, they are. He is out there working with a man that is green.
Okay.
And you will see that the housekeeper, Liz, is in one of the rooms just kind of prepping it, and Brian is in the kitchen doing stuff.
Okay.
Which, if you have 6 ranks in culinary stuff, you're more than welcome to identify it.
So the groundskeeper is outside. Julie is cooking. Or no, Brian is cooking.
Mm-hmm. Liz
where is
is
Julie?
cleaning. Julie and Joseph are not found.
This is really feeling more and more like a level of Hitman.
I have no idea what that
I'm-
means. I've never played Hitman.
Oh. There's a level where you break into a manor just like this in one of them.
Oh. How convenient. They must have stolen the idea from me.
Of course they did. I just assumed you used to work at Eidos. So, I will forward all of this information to my team.
How many floors are there?
Yeah, that's a good question.
In the area
Yeah.
question, there are 3, but there is a, like at the back side of it, it does go up to 4 to kind of.
We've got some postmodernist architecture going on up in here.
Can we, by any chance, arrange all of this massive amounts of stuff into a rough AR overlay of the house that will sort of be projected on our image links?
That's what I assumed I was doing with all my
Yeah.
EW checks. Like you've
Okay,
got a
cool.
bunch of stars popped up, and you can like minimize them or expand them with a thought.
Alright, so.
So, he's out. We've got an idea of where the bird is.
Did I ask you for
What?
a sleaze roll yet?
You did not ask me for a sleaze roll, but I'm not sure why you would, because I'm not in the host yet.
Oh, that's right. This
I'm
was
out
all
there.
on snooping. Apologies.
Yep.
Well,
Can you
I'm
roll
a
it for me
sneaky
anyway,
decker. Yeah, for when it comes around, sure.
just for my own
'Cause I-
stuff?
Because I'm a sneaky decker who stays outside of the host until he absolutely has to go in.
I enjoyed making an attack hacker, but nobody else liked it.
I like attack deckers, but they have their place. Are we within
Quick
100
check.
meters of Are we
Who is
within
going-
100 meters of them yet?
Who is going to be on physical infiltration team? Do they want disguises? And if so, which of us rolls for applying the disguise once I make it?
I'm not planning on wearing a disguise when I go in. I'm planning on wearing my chameleon suit, which conceals my face just fine.
Also,
Roger
does
that.
anyone want an increased reflexes preparation if things go south?
I would like one.
Alright. I'm going to roll one up then. It's going to be touch triggered, so it's going to be in a bag. Don't open the bag until you need it.
Okay.
So I'll pull out a glove and a Sharpie from the glove compartment and start scribbling.
Yep. Go ahead and do your stuff. Are you cool with your 2 hits on your sleeves?
It depends on where I am right now, because right now I assumed we were basically not pulling into the location yet. We were about to pull up. If I am there, then I would like to...
It is kind of up to you guys on where you are.
I'm imagining we did the hack before we pulled up, and then we were going to pull up. That's where I'm imagining we're at right now, in which case I will not. But if it matters for down the road, I will go ahead and edge that check. For the first sleaze roll that I need to make when I'm within 100 meters of this place operationally, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it is basically setting the threshold for your
Yep.
for the first time I go to
Eight.
roll matrix perception against you.
That brings me down to 4 edge exhausted.
I'm
If
just
we're in
saying,
heaven-
you don't have to.
No, I edged it. I got 8 hits. Sorry, I should have labeled that.
No, I knew what you were doing.
Okay, so that's that preparation that I will pass over to... person. Words.
Stardust.
English. Words. Brain stop. Okay, does Frank want one? Because that kind of hurt.
Well, I've never really been a fan of all this mojo, but yeah, I suppose I might as well use one.
Let me note down the details of Stardust's on the board.
That would
Do
be
we have a
appreciated.
vehicle big? Do we have a vehicle big enough to carry this damn bird? Or do we have a way of levitating this bird cage? No, we don't, because our mage can't use levitate. How are we getting... So, assuming we went to the physical infiltration now, and we got over the fence, took the cameras out on our way, and climbed up to the side, opened up that door, or that window, and snuck in there.
I can fit a person in my trunk in the smuggling compartment.
Okay. how do we get the bird from the window to your smuggling compartment?
The Heel Toe Express?
That is choosing between one of a few propositions, and they're all risky ones.
Okay. If this ends with Stardust running with a giant bird cage, I'm gonna be upset.
Give it to Frank.
I'm just imagining like the weird ass legs gyrating and a Decker just clutching a big ass bird cage, cursing his guards, and dogs and security guards fire at him.
Any chance your agent can dig up real quick a few names of other people who live in the area in case I need to walk up to the front door and ask to see someone? So I figure that would be easily a threshold 1 thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I put my pompous name generator away.
Well, I don't actually need them unless I go up and do it.
Okay.
Now,
I just
have
want to know that we have them on hand.
I want to
Sure.
clarify here. We were instructed to steal the bird, not just deprive asshole of bird. Yeah.
No,
Johnson
we
wants the
are
bird.
Extracting it and taking it to him.
Okay.
Can you oppose with 3 dice, please?
Really wish we could levitate things.
So do I. I tried. I failed. Speaking of failures, I'm sorry, Frank, but your glove is not as awesome as Stardust's glove. Son of a gun! I can't roll against Drain to save my life today.
It's due to my innate hate for alchemy. I'm sorry.
How can you hate alchemy when there are like 3 people who use it?
Because it's bad.
Because he wants to like it, but he can't.
So, my other question is, did I see any sensors on the wall that are broadcasting to the host?
No.
Okay.
I had to take a quick minute to try and remember the which parts you were talking about.
So, what is our plan? Do we want to go now with the surveillance that we have while he is gone? Or do we want to wait? What would
I
you...
thought we were going now. That's why I made these
Alright, let's
stupid
go
gloves.
All right, let's go now.
His
What is our-
preparations aren't going to last long. You edged your stealth.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's rock and roll. Okay.
And thus we finally start doing something actiony on Thursday
Yep.
night.
I mean,
Kinetics.
it's a high threat run. That's kind of
And thus beginneth the kinetics. And there is great rejoicing.
I'm just saying, if things went horribly wrong, I wouldn't be opposed.
Yep.
All right. So plan is to drive up.
Drive
Yeah.
past.
Drive past, rather.
Okay. Driving past.
Is there a camera? Is there an external camera that sees our car coming by?
There is probably an external camera, like just from the general security in the area, but not one that you saw that was directly related to this host and such.
Okay. So I'm assuming my urban specialization for sneaking does not apply.
Given as you are 50 meters from wall to building, I would say this is not urban.
Okay. I had to ask.
I'm going to change my license plate and spoof chips before we drive up. I almost forgot them, but yeah.
Frank will also be popping a little snuff before we get this job underway.
Did we ever do any checking to see if there's any astral surveillance at all?
I can't. There's a wall.
Okay.
Not even a magic wall, it's a wall. I never said I was your astral support. I said I was your medic.
We will need you, almost certainly.
Why, you gonna shoot the bird?
No, we're going
I
to
got
get
sick of
shot. We're going to get burnt half to death by spirits.
That
Obviously.
happened on my last run. They summoned the fire spirit to protect the brewery, and it was a poor life decision.
Oh God,
Ooh.
that does sound like a terrible decision in a place full of highly volatile things.
This wasn't even the runners. This was the corp.
Oh. Oh wow.
Thinking along with me? Or
I don't know. That's a
Am I
good
going-
question. I didn't even see your sneak roll.
oh, here it comes.
I think that it's... Frank, are you going with Stardust, or are we just sending him in to die alone?
No, Frank is also going to be going in. He let me take a look at the sheet, see if I had it labeled right. God damn it. No. Okay, he's going to be wearing a chameleon suit, backpack. Yes, I know how much of a bad idea that is. With the tool belt. And Shummer is being a wanker. He has the 3 syringes of Narcojet with him.
Sure.
Yeah. And
I can't
his-
edge it. I can't edge it. I need to save my hedge. I'm
And so,
squall.
for reference, we do have a vehicle on hand and standing by big enough to transfer the target if we grab it now, correct?
Yes, I have a smuggling compartment that can fit humans in it. I think we can put a bird
Okay,
cage
so it
in
could-
there.
Will the cage be, like, of the wrong dimensions, Rob, or is
You ever
that
tried to
gonna
get
work fine?
ever tried to get a TV in the backseat of a car?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm worried about.
Okay, Does this guy
It
have
could-
water access to his
Then we-
location?
I mean, you can get it to fit. It'll take some finagling, but
Does he have waterfront access to his location?
no, there is a small fake lake that is,
Okay.
down in the backyard to be fancy.
What vehicles do we have? Because I have the bike and my boat. What does everybody else have in terms of
I
bike?
just have the Concordat.
Sedan.
Sedan? No, sedan. No, I was thinking SUV when I heard that. Sedan.
Sedan.
Frank?
I'm
the
the one who said
Americar
sedan.
and a Dodge Scoot.
Why did we lose the rigger?
Let's put it on the scoot. Let's do
No.
this.
We're not putting it on the fucking scooter.
I
Mobiles.
have an idea. I'm hoping it won't kill the bird. As far as transporting it, and okay, I'm ripping this idea off the book version of Black Hawk Down. I have a glue sprayer.
What are you?
Glue its wings down and maybe just a dab on the side of the beak so it's not totally eating us while we take it.
I think that's a bad idea.
I
Okay.
think that's
In a
terrible.
similar vein, I do have several capsules full of Narcojet.
Narcojet does 16 stun. If this thing has like body 3, okay, I'm metagaming here, but I feel like that has a pretty good chance of killing the thing.
And now you know why I
I
was asking for avian anesthetics earlier.
Do we have a small anesthetic, a weak anesthetic that someone is taking in with us?
You can
Um,
take a dose of chloral hydrate, which is a little weaker.
Are you gonna chloroform a parrot?
Just about. Well, chloral hydrate is oral ingestion. So we're going to have to get it to eat a bird cookie.
The good news there is it's only power 12, which means it's much less likely to be lethal.
So you're gonna roofie the bird.
I'm going to take a birdie biomonitor with us. And yes, we are going to roofie the bird.
I mean,
That goes
Go.
in the AAR, please.
don't.
I am literally
let me
writing it
stop
down
you.
so I don't forget the exact phrasing.
Birdie biomonitor. Okay. I think that's our plan.
All right, let's just run through this one last time.
I have a total side question here.
Okay.
before we get any further, does anybody have, in terms of drugs, something that would paralyze it and not actually do stun damage to it? Because that would actually help us innumerably.
Let me
It's
check.
a little late. It's a little late to buy it, but if you have GMBamce, now would be the time.
Oh, no, I don't have any.
And
Let me
then
check
if we
what I
need to,
got.
and then later if we need to interrogate the bird, we will be able to.
Can we stick and chuck the bird instead?
No, nothing that might fuck it up. Oh, I know. We've been going about this all wrong. We'll just give it Zen, and so when it gets high,
I feel like every idea we bring up is worse than the last.
I don't know. I like this one. GM, what do you think of giving the bird Zen?
it would reduce its social pool for if someone used animal handling on it to try and calm it. No one here has animal handling, I take it, right?
Nope.
Let me check.
I mean, I have enormous
Okay.
charisma, but
Having the okay,
That doesn't quite
we don't have
count.
time to buy. We don't have any time to buy any gamma scope. We're having this conversation as we're about to go in.
Yeah, but I'm gonna want some later anyway.
Okay. So we have drugs to sedate the bird. Yes.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
what you were
Have-
just trying to discuss.
Have a dose of chloral hydrate,
Okay. I wish I had
possibly
thought
2
about-
in case one of them gets spilled or something.
I would have thought about this beforehand, and I would have. If I had thought about this beforehand, I would have trained up my animal handling. But there are no words worse than what it could have been. I can't even remember the line. Let's do this.
Leroy!
Leroy Cheek. I already rolled the sneaking, so it's a.
Who else is going in?
Right?
The silence is fantastic.
I just imagine Stardust looking over his shoulder, being like, "All right, Frank, now we're gonna Frank,
Frank.
Thanks.
Hello?
Frank, where'd you go?"
Frank, why?
Yeah, if high threat comes to this house, I'm opening up all the animal cages.
Oh, the thought had occurred to me too.
And then all of the animals just sit there because why would they help us?
I mean,
No,
they could
it
maul
causes
you.
Chaos. Yeah, like running there, opening birds, going, "Fly, my pretties, fly," would suck. If we had a shaman who had a beast spirit, and the beast spirit has animal control, this run would do itself. Like, all we'd
Yeah.
have to
But
all we'd have to do then is just open the cage up, have the beast spirit control it.
Yeah, there's
If
a lot
this
of
were on-
things.
I mean,
What?
if I had voodoo,
There's a lot of
I
things that
voodoo,
can be
I could
done.
possess
But
the
what is
All
going
right.
on? I see a sneaking with a chameleon suit, and unless Stardust has got this all by himself.
Please don't send Stardust in all by himself. He's not slender.
are you there, Frank?
Muted or probably drop dead.
Wait, Frank's here. Sorry.
That's fine.
My noise cancellation is only down to 4 right now, and I am running a induction module.
I don't know what that means, but Frank, you want to roll some sneaking, or you want to send Stardust in by himself?
Nope. Frank is running in. It's going to be going wireless with this. Slaved
Just
to
slave all your important crap to his deck.
yeah, getting slaved. So I get the so I can go wireless and not get hurt bad. By the way, with regards to any visibility stuff, the chameleon suit, insulation, well, a thermal dampening 4.
Okay.
All right. And then the backpack, so I don't know what kind of a negative you want to add to that.
Don't worry about it. I'll have it in mind.
Well, that's comforting.
So many things about
really
this are
not.
comforting.
We're sneaking up.
Well, look at you go. What's old man Frank's limit?
Old school.
What's your physical limit there, Frank?
Sadly, my physical limit is 5. However, wait, with the sneak suit, it gets bumped up.
+2.
Right?
Okay, so you get to keep all 7 of those. Just want to make sure.
Yep. Old man is old.
You're both wearing chameleon suits as like your only effective armor.
Yep.
All right, I can't wait to shoot you. This is gonna be great.
Oh yeah, it's
how,
good.
that
How
is
many security
literally how
guard-
my first character died.
How many security guards did we see on the wall? Wait, are we getting shot at?
No, that was me thinking about shooting you, and then saying.
Okay. I had another question,
Mhm.
which was how many security guards on site did I see on the cameras, or did I just see staff?
Just saw staff.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna have like 5 seconds.
So, how are you guys getting on location?
So we've exited the vehicle, sneakily gotten up to the wall. I got 5 hits to use my bug scanner on the wall to see if there are any sensors along it.
And that just is like a matrix for like wireless stuff, right?
No, it's a bug scanner, the physical item. Like it goes beep 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 beep, and if there's a bug, it detects it. I think.
Okay.
Is that how that thing works?
I guess.
Bug scanner, also called a radio signal scanner. This device locates and locks in on wireless devices. So no, if it's wired, I have no clue. It seems like there should be a way to like tell electronically if there's sensors on something. But no.
Well, typically, it's if stuff is running wirelessly, you. But no, your bug scanner reports no scanners.
Okay.
Or no sensors, not scanners.
All right. I'm going to visually inspect the wall. Are there
Okay.
sensors on it?
Well, let's see how many dice you have.
Not many. Ha! I keep all of those.
So the only thing you see is a sensor that is on the opposite side of the gate that is putting out ultrasound, which the car picked up again if you had that sensor on passive.
So I can't hack that thing. Does that just automatically spot us?
I mean, it's
Or is there a way to
pointed at the door.
Okay. So let's try and sneak over the wall at a point that isn't the door, preferably someplace facing the north side. Whichever side the north side is.
That'll be the right side facing it, we'll say.
Okay. So we're going to try and scale the wall on the north side. Are there any cameras with line of sight to that area that I can see?
So I'm sorry, you were looking for cameras with line of sight to.
The north side.
Yes, there are plenty of those cameras.
How many would have line of sight of us on as we climbed over the wall?
So the north side, as I try to get into cardinal directions rather than actual directions, is where like the driveway comes up and kind of goes off to the right. The garage is there, and then kind of comes around to the front of the house. So you are
Okay.
dealing with cameras from the side of the house and from the garage. You're looking at 3 that you are concerned with.
3. Okay. So once we've gotten basically at the base of the wall on the other side, right? Which I assume is what our sneaking roll was, like getting up over there.
Well, if you're going to go over a 12-meter wall, you're going to need a climbing check.
Right. No, when we're at the base on the opposite side, on the outside of the wall.
Right. You are
Okay.
you are not yet officially on property.
No.
You're on the wall.
When I'm basically, I am poised to climb the wall at the point that I'm going to cross over.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to tap Frank and let him know I'm going VR for just literally 3 seconds,
Okay.
and I'll have him.
Trust fall.
Basically support me.
I'm going to enter the host running silent,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to spoof commands to the 3 cameras that are in our way to loop. Or do you treat that as edit file or something else?
It could be spoof.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to load up fork so that I can get 2 of them at once.
Mhm.
With the direct connection so that they're just resisting with their device rating.
Sure.
Times 2.
Their device rating times 2. Their device rating plus their willpower of whoever set them up.
If someone's actively using them, their willpower then. So those are those 2 looping, and then the last one looping.
And you haven't done anything illegal yet, have you?
This is my first illegal actions.
That's what I thought. You know, for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason. That point, I will exit the host, load up baby monitor.
Okay.
And stealth, baby monitor, and I don't want my agent up right now. So encryption. And I will let him know that I bypassed the cameras. Let's move.
So about that climbing roll.
Yep. Stardust will pop the claws on his cyber
Are you-
legs.
Are you wearing your goofy legs or are you wearing your normal people legs?
I'm wearing my stealth legs. I want to be able to sneak. So, like, my quote-unquote goofy legs, the ones that have the climbing claws on them. Because that's what they're there for. I should hope that when I'm physically infiltrating, I'm wearing my physical infiltration gear.
Just to confirm, this is a 10-foot sheer wall?
12, because trolls.
Indeed.
Divided.
Yeah, I'll be taking the... Okay, I need a rules calling here. I'm not trying to shoot 50 meters up into the air with a grapple gun. I'm thinking just taking the grapple out with the rope still attached, just toss it over the wall. That seem reasonable?
I'm still basically going to ask for the same roll.
Okay.
Because you got to get it. It's not about getting it over, it's about hooking it on something that is...
Do you have gecko tape gloves?
Yeah, I have gecko tape gloves. I'm not using a grappling gun, but I think
Right.
he,
Hang on a second. I either bought them or I did not. It's funny how life works like that.
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good assumption.
What penalties am I taking for climbing the wall? I have gecko gloves.
Gonna
Yep.
make me open up another chart, you son of a bitch.
I'd just be happy just to roll my base climbing if you want. You don't have to use the penalties.
Yeah, no gloves for me.
Alright, so... surface is... -3 for flat, and it is not slippery, wet, or gel treated, although that will be funny later.
Alright, so what kind of a roll would you like me to make?
You should make your grapple gun roll and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Man, if only you had one more one.
Would you like a teamwork test from Crow directing you?
I'm not sure that would be appropriate in this situation of climb faster!
No, can't point out footholds over the
Are you
image stream or anything.
do you have something there running pictures?
The
Remember,
Stardust
ImageLink
has
is-
That's not how
those?
direct work.
That's not how direct works. The way direct works is like you tell us what to do, and then like we get the bonuses if you told us in advance. When we're like independently acting, you need to be proactive about that shit. And I'm sorry, I'm slipping into my GM role. Sorry, this is your table, Rob.
Yeah, no. So
I just expected you to have more dice.
yeah, and it's a extended test, so shouldn't you be dropping dice off of your rolls here?
Oh shit, you are right.
So right, it doesn't actually matter because of the way that your dice rolled out.
Okay.
So you are assisted climbing upwards, which is what I believe you have with gecko gloves.
Yep.
You are 1 meter per hit.
So in 3 hits, I get 3 meters. Yeah.
Yes. And this is only a... No, this
Combat.
is like a... Getting
Strength
stuck on
plus
troll math is what's happening.
Takes him like 9 seconds to skitter over top.
So you guys are up and over.
I'm still snooping on the host, seeing if any suspicious traffic comes through. But other than that, we are going to go to the side of the building, the north-facing
Sure.
side.
You want to give me that sneak roll to get to the building?
Sure thing.
Yeah. As a side note, as I go over, I'll be grabbing the grapple and the rope with me.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I'm not leaving that behind.
Schneck.
Said Panda.
guess-
No, sneak, right.
That one edge is saving for when we have to get out of here.
Ooh.
Are you comfortable with that, Frank?
No. No, I am not. Let me look up. I have the Edge for Dummies guide. Hold on. Second chance, reroll all dice that did not score a hit on the test roll. Yes, I would like to do that. Oh, dear God, I'd like to do that.
Okay. Go ahead and...
Okay, so I spend an edge.
How many edge do you have left?
We slept last night, right?
Sure.
I should
Assumedly.
hope so.
Yeah, so back up to 5, now 4 when spent. There you go.
Damn arthritis indeed. Alright, let's
Get that
So-
fucking bird.
Yeah, again, just
Okay.
total sim.
You guys have approached the building. Meanwhile, what are you guys doing in the car?
I will be
What I'm thinking we should possibly do is just have Hagane rest, since he's kind of out of it from Drain right now, and just put the car on going to somewhere that it can... Like, would it be suspicious if it were to just basically drive around to different places in the neighborhood over and over until they're ready to extract?
What do you think?
I mean, you do have
Uh,
common sense if you want that.
It's
I'll
gonna...
spend a point
I'm
of my common sense to figure
I'm
that
trying
out.
to... It's gonna get
Yeah.
picked up going past the same places more than a few times, and they're gonna get suspicious, right?
Especially after somebody was just called about a drone flying over this area not but a few days ago.
Yeah. So, where's the nearest soy bucks?
I'm gonna be bossy, and I'm going to tell him, find us somewhere to park while you get a soy calf or something to go and deal with that headache.
You are in a AA zone. There is no soy bucks. There is some
Is
super pretentious coffee places that you could go to.
anything to get some sort of caffeine in my system at this point?
Sure, you can go to a restaurant of some kind. What kind of restaurant would you like to go to?
A place with coffee.
All right, that's most places.
Which one is the closest geographically speaking?
That is You are about to navigate it, and I have directed you. So you get 6 bonus dice. Good luck.
Yay!
No, you
What's
got
navigation's space stat?
intuition.
I have 7 dice on that test.
What's
Just let me have this one, roll 20.
Please roll 20, please.
Let the alchemist get his stupid coffee.
Yeah, no, you can totally go get some coffee.
How close is it?
Moderately close. It is like the first coffee shop between here and not AA zone.
Okay, so about how long would it take me if I had to punch the gas to get there in an emergency?
Well, part of that will be dependent upon how good your pilot groundcraft roll goes, but you're looking, let's say a good 5 minutes away.
All right. I will give them that information, the physical team, and I'll tell them to let us know in advance if they think something is going wrong.
So yeah, at my coffee, I will sit down, drink it, and try not to look suspicious.
What we're going to do is we're going to drink it in the car, and if someone asks why we're there, our story is going to be that you just had a bad breakup and stayed up all night, and I am consoling you and telling you that she wasn't worth her, a bunch of crap like that. That is our
That'll work.
operating system.
Yep. Alright.
Alright, so back over with the physical team that seems to be by the house right now. What's your plan of action?
Okay, the doors to this facility, do they have fly spy sized gaps in them?
Well, you're not at a door, you're up against the wall.
Okay, obvious portholes.
No, this is a mansion.
Damn craftsmanship.
Okay, don't send the fly spy more than 1 room away from you. Just wait until we're interior. If you need to use the fly spy, then use it, or fly it up to the window and look through. But don't have that thing leave you that far. We just need to climb up to the 3rd story window, and get that damn bird, and we're golden. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I gotcha.
So, what Stardust will do is he will take the rope that Frank has, and Stardust will begin climbing up to the 3rd story window with the rope.
Okay.
I really need to increase my climbing skill. This has shown me.
Is there anyone near them on the little AR map, VR map, whatever we're using, since I'm not actually there anymore?
You don't roll your stuff. Your perception stuff.
Perception? Okay. Any specs
Perception
that
or-
I should use, or just general?
Just general.
Unless
you're
you
not-
have sensor operation.
So you're gonna look around. You'll notice that the landscaper is beginning to move back towards the building. The green man you don't see. The chef looks like he is pushing a cart towards the menagerie, and the housekeeper is moving on to another room on the 2nd floor.
I indicate where they all are on the map on AR.
Is this flat or is this broken?
Is what flat?
The surface I'm climbing.
The nice mansion is a flat surface.
Okay. So, oh yeah, side of old building. That exactly describes it. So, to 2 combat turns, I'm 2 meters up. How high is it to the 3rd story window?
So stories are typically pre. This is. Nah, it doesn't mention though. Okay, so each of the stories is gonna be about 4 meters because opulence and trolls.
Is this really an extended test? Because if it is, I am screwed. Because it more feels like each check is just my move speed for that turn, right? Or is it full-on extended where I drop
That's
a dice
reading.
every turn?
Is now the time for the power of the gloves?
If you need reaction,
The reaction doesn't help.
that the gloves are increased reflexes, so they'll give you 1 initiative die for every 2 hits. Frank's can only give him 1. Stardust's can give him 2. If
This
the
isn't an
dice
initiative.
are in favor.
This isn't an initiative thing. This is just a move speed thing. And it just says the amount of hits you get on the test or how far you move in that turn. It's not like traveling X distance is a extended test with threshold X. And that's not... I've never seen it treated as an extended test before.
Oh, you do have somebody with a grapple gun. Just saying.
Well, you still have to roll a climbing check if you use a grappling gun, don't you? Or is it just like shoot you up?
It's a Batman, as far as I'm aware.
Oh, see, I've always treated it the other way. But if he wants to do it that way, I'm cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
always
was
thought it just
thinking
sent
like
a
Adam
robot.
West Batman, where it's a shunt, but then you climb the building.
Let me read it real quick.
If it's Arkham City, if it's like Arkham City / Arkham Asylum style, then hells yes.
So it says it comes equipped with an internal winch to pull back the grapple or pull up small loads. Micro rope can support up to 100 kilograms. Standard and stealth ropes can support up to 400. So the way that it says how much it can support, and then the fact that it is there to pull up small loads, I feel like it is there to pull you up.
Okay. Do we weigh... I assume the two of us together don't weigh 400 kilograms. I hope.
No. Hold on, let me look at my character sheet.
How
Maybe I
much
have
is a
extra
kilogram?
stuff
How much is a kilogram in people measurements, anyways?
there. 100
or
kilograms
freedoms?
is 220 pounds.
2.2 pounds.
What?
2.2 pounds, I believe he said.
Mm-hmm.
So it can only carry up to 2 pounds?
No,
No,
a
100
kilogram.
kilograms.
Oh,
So,
How-
go ahead.
so how much can it carry?
With a standard rope, 800 and some odd pounds.
Okay,
So
yeah, we're
plenty for
good.
both of you.
I mean, unless you've
You're-
been packing on the pounds.
No.
Let's Batman this shit.
No. This is full on Luke and Leia.
Nope. Have you ever seen Michael Keaton Batman, where he's like, "Hold
Oh,
on
yeah.
to me"? Yep, that's what you're doing. Yep, let's see your grapple gun, sir.
Okay, let me pull that part of my sheet back up. Yep. And let me mute because of the keyboard.
Excellent. So you are able to shoot it on up there, and then you are able to Batman on up.
I wasn't supposed to have the mic on when I made that noise.
That's right. I appreciate the.
It helped.
You guys are now dangling precariously on somewhere on the third store. third story.
How close are we to the window of the smoking parlor?
You can be pretty close, given as you would have had the capability of aiming at stuff.
Okay. Do we need to move any direction vertically to get there?
No,
Or
but
not
it's
vertically,
closed.
horizontally? Okay. So here comes the fun part, I guess. Do you want to try and bypass the window, or have me hack the camera in the room first?
First, let's figure out what the locking mechanism on the window is.
Okay. Three hits looking at the camera, or at the window. Does it have sensors and locking mechanism?
Sure does have a lock on the inside.
Does it have any sensors that communicate with the host?
Probably. You didn't see any wirelessly, and there is a little, like those little magnet thingies.
Okay. Stardust will hold his the tip of his deck by the frame and then on the glass using the induction module. Is this a device? Does it like detect something there?
It's glass.
Okay. It's not like filled with sensors that are designed to, or like RFIDs that are designed to scream if the glass breaks.
Not that you were able to detect. No.
Okay. Are there wires on this magnet thingy?
Not that you can see from the angle that you have dangling precariously.
Okay. Could I move to the side from the rope to the side of the window using like echo gloves and climbing claws? Like grab on there?
Sure. Let's see how well that goes. Can you give me just a climbing check to see how
Yeah.
see how much control you got? Because I would love to. Awesome. So I do have another question here. How are you guys secured to each other?
I was like grabbing onto him with my gecko gloves when we zipped up was my idea.
Okay. And that means that how is Frank holding on to his grapple gun?
I mean, Frank is not actively doing stuff right now. Grabbing a hold of part of the rope seems reasonable to me.
Okay. Just,
I mean, we
so
are
that
kind of in a little, like, if our chameleon suit's turned off and, like, someone just walked up, they might be a little weirded out right now, but come on, we're professionals.
it's one of those things that this way now the scene has been set for how you guys are hanging out here,
Okay.
so that should something
need this-
happen, like a climbing roll go bad, we now know how it's going to go bad.
we want to know what terrible thing is gonna happen.
So, do you want me to roll hardware to examine this thing for wires / see if it's part of a wired security system?
That sounds like a good idea.
Okay. I like that. Yep. It's so weird to be rolling a logic skill without having to take a -2 for running silent.
So you can tell that this has definitely got something going into the wall rather than
Can I access that with a data tap and or the induction module on my deck?
if you were able
Without
to
light.
touch your deck to it, yes. But as there is a pretty big thick chunk of glass in your way.
Right. It's like into the wall itself. Wish I had like. Picking set doesn't come with a glass cutter either. Whether they don't have rules for a glass cutter, I don't know.
They do.
have
It's
an-
just in the cyber finger department of hard targets.
Really?
But if you
Are
have
you
a
kidding me?
no, do you actually have a lock picking kit?
I'm checking to see if I do.
I am sorry that I couldn't put a glass cutter in my forearm guards, but there's limited space.
I do not have a lockpicking kit.
Okay.
Note to self, buy a lockpicking kit. Does the other B&E guy with me have one?
He has a blowtorch, I know that.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, does the roof of the building have protection?
You
No.
had some aerial surveillance from earlier, so you know that the roof of the building is very nice. Kind of not quite like fully steepled, but ornate. You did not see any roof like hatches or anything along those lines.
Yeah, I'm thinking I still have to look up the just how much stuff I can burn through with the mini welder, but I'm thinking cut a hole in the ceiling or the roof, as it were.
That's going to be well outside the realm of what a mini welder can do.
And also, you also have the chance of lighting the whole thing on fire / causing a bunch of other shit. You do have a lockpicking kit, though. You said you did, right?
I believe I have a auto picker, which
You
is
have
not the same thing.
You don't have an actual lockpicking kit.
Nope.
Shit. And with my security design skill, I know that like these magnets, they detect if something damages the glass, or no.
So there is a good chance that they are there for checking whether or not the window itself is opened. It is entirely possible that there might be a vibration sensor attached to the window itself if somebody were to smash it.
Do you have something fine like a blade?
I don't.
Frank? No, I'm talking to Frank.
Yeah, close thing.
We're having this conversation over DNI, so it goes fairly quickly, yeah? We're not spending like 15 minutes talking about how do we get this window open.
Dangling precariously. Don't worry, a lift and carry check will be asked for soon.
Thank you. Yeah, no, unless you want me to take a bullet out of one of my magazines. That's about the pointiest thing I've got.
Yeah, and I'm not about to
I do have a narcojet syringe. Will the syringe itself suit your needs?
No. Unless I could like worm it through the wood to get at the wire. Instead, I think our best bet is to try and melt the glass with the mini welder.
All right, have at it then. All right, move over. Yeah, hold on. Maybe I should slip back to my voice. All right, son.
Well, you were the one with the mini welder. Why don't you had the mini welder, right?
I do indeed. Let me just get it out of the pouch right here. One moment.
Not in the pouch, it's on your wrist.
No, that's him. That's.
Oh, you have a mini welder?
But I'm letting him do it because he's the B&E guy.
There we go. Let me just get it
Can
set
I,
up. Right.
while you guys are juggling each other up there, can I get a lift and carry from one of you guys? Because you're going to be passing a grapple gun back and forth and shifting in pockets, and it's really quite comical if somebody were to see it.
I thought I had moved to the side of the window with my gecko gloves.
Okay, so you're now holding on with your gecko gloves? Alright, so then you have no longer use of your hands.
Yep, I no longer have the use of my hands. I'm okay with that.
I would like to roll edge.
I no longer have the use of my hands, and I am okay with that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm at 3 edge, re-rolling.
Okay.
How far are we from the roof right now?
From the roof? Not terribly far.
Okay, like within a meter?
Meter and a half, something along those lines.
Alright. Stardust will just, while he's doing that, Stardust is going to move on to the roof because there's no sense in two of us risking being spotted.
You say that as if that hasn't already, been a possibility.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going to move up onto the roof and wait for him to get the glass.
Sure. So, Can I get stealth rolls from you guys as you're
All right.
flying
This
in the
has
breeze?
to be urban. I'm on the side of a building. That's pretty urban.
I mean, I can give it to you, but there's going to be some savage bonuses to people who are looking for people, given as...
I'm not gonna take urban.
The savage bonuses are going to come anyway, don't worry.
Okay.
Because you're on the side of a building. And you've been here for a considerable amount of time, and you're about to fire up a mini welder.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of that. Hey, Stardust is pretty stealthy. How many of those does he get to keep? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Holy shit! I keep all of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to. After this, I will have 2 edge. Because why? Why? Oh, why?
Same reason I have 6 stun damage.
Better.
Well, yeah, that's good that it's better. So, while we leave these guys literally hanging there, what are the other 2 doing?
Assuming that full conversation over the DNI was shared with everyone, Crow is beginning to wonder if he's the only one who actually possesses a lockpick set out of the team.
Why is that not in his hands?
Well, I guess you know what you need to buy to be able to call yourself a B&E person. Yeah,
There's Schadenfreude going on in this car.
we are enjoying some nice coffee over here.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
Just wanted to make sure, because, some things are happening that may or may not have implications.
Yeah,
you
I'm
see,
gonna-
I can't heal my own stun damage, so
Since I have also been keeping the cameras and stuff up, have any of the staff moved into concerning positions?
Not that you see. Many of the staff is just kind of going about their business, or at least as far as you can tell. It seems like Brian has found his way into the menagerie and seems to be feeding
Yeah.
animals with large slabs of meat.
Has the green dude shown up again yet?
You have not seen the green dude.
Is like his skin.
Is this as
freezing?
worrying as I feel like it is?
Is it a plant spirit that's about to kill possibly Frank and Stardust? Yes. Would be my bet.
So, are you guys going to send out a call for me to start driving towards the place?
Yeah,
I feel
we're
like
about to
this
grab the bird.
deep-seated feeling of dread either indicates we're about to have our target or we're about to get chased away from our target. Either way, I think it's about time to finish
I will
up our
put the car in drive and start going.
Medicine to the side, Stardust is going to call the team because we're about to have the damn bird.
I'll start driving.
Query. What would I need to do to knowledge roll whether or not blowtorching the glass would set off an alarm or cause it to shatter violently?
So, an engineering, industrial mechanic, something along those lines?
Can you voice this to me and have me use a point of common sense?
Do you have,
I mean,
Sure.
we both have common sense. We have one person with common sense on each team.
well, having common sense doesn't mean anything if you don't have, you have somebody that actually has
Yeah.
engineering or, industrial mechanics?
No.
I have engineering.
And I don't know the mechanics of
Someone said they have
six-foot glass.
engineering.
Okay.
Yeah, the old man does.
Alright, the old
Guy-
man can totally roll his engineering to see what up.
Since he's the one that's going to be doing it, that's like the B&E skill that everybody should have. Every B&E.
Is this a bad idea? So, it depends upon your plan of action. There's a couple of ways you can do it. You could go hot and heavy and try to like the part of the glass where the sensor is, you could try and just nuke the sensor with the welder if you wanted. However, if you fail that, that is almost assuredly going to be bad times. Or you can try and do it low and slow and kind of melt the glass. I don't know if mini welders get up that high, but we'll work for it.
They can do like 16F or 16P, and they cut barriers in half. So yeah, that's really fucking hot.
But that's your other
Should've
option,
just-
is to try and like slow it down so that you can reach your do it. It'll take longer. It will be safer as far as from a security tripping standpoint, but it will take a significantly lower.
Okay. I'd like to come up with an alternative action to see if this is a bad idea.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay. My chameleon suit happens to have insulation 5,
Mm-hmm.
meaning it can take a bit of heat.
Yep.
It's not professional equipment, but it can take a bit of heat. Would I be able to go the slow route, but what would be the right word for it?
Light yourself on fire.
Shield the mini welder.
Effectively, yes. I mean,
Like, cup
be
your hands
jamming
around
my
it?
hand through molten glass as it's coming off to get at the lock faster.
You would be able to do it. Your suit would likely
would
not
hurt.
survive at the very least, and you're probably going to
Fire
burn the shit out of
resistance
yourself.
Is not the same thing as insulation.
Oh, wait.
He has
okay.
thermal dampening, which
Yeah, I have thermal dampening 4 and insulation 5.
That
okay.
keeps heat inside.
You are not fire resistant.
That
Do
is
do it.
not what you want.
You are
I totally chose
not
the
being
wrong thing.
possessed by a fire spirit.
So,
So what do you do?
thermal dampening helps your body bleed off heat so that you don't show up on thermal sensors as much,
Right.
which does not help you dissipate heat from, say, a mini welder in your hand or molten glass, without me Googling how hot molten glass is.
Really fucking hot. I think is the
Okay,
answer.
and insulation...
Helps you against the cold.
Wow, I picked the wrong stuff for this. Okay, thank you. Okay, we'll
You
go low
picked
and
the
slow.
wrong stuff. You picked just inopportune stuff.
Okay. B plan. The side of this building is made of wood. Yeah?
The outer layer.
Okay. The outer layer. Oh shit, I don't have like tools, nothing to do that. That's a terrible idea. Ignore me.
There's a great number of things that are ideas of various qualities that have been going on.
Yeah. We are getting into full on Muppet territory. We are not
Guys,
a B&E team trying
I'm
to pull a B&E
thinking-
job.
at this point, we need to just acknowledge that we made some poor decisions in our planning phase. Pull out and get the gear that we need to do this more effectively.
We're right there. I can see the damn bird, and we're just as likely to get caught on our way out.
We can see a bird cage.
One would
It's
assume a bird is
probably
in the
where
bird cage.
is.
Yeah, one would assume the bird is
But
in
if
the bird cage.
anything goes wrong related to that, then the job's a wash completely.
So here's what I'm going to suggest. Stardust is going to try and do. No. Hold on. I've gone through my entire gear list twice now.
About the only idea I have is we Batman down onto somebody, narcojet the crap out of them, and
Onto
use
somebody?
however they get into the building, we get into the building that way.
Okay, I was a little confused there for a second when you said Batman onto somebody. I imagined some Just Cause stuff going on. But I'm glad you cleared that up.
No.
Why not? Why don't you just stick to the plan of taking out the glass with the mini welder, trying to do it the quickest way you can, and because at this point, honestly, with all the effort we put to get here in this position, we're not going to get here again. Is how I feel, but again, it's on Frank.
there is a secondary option that we can do because we have been going for about 6 hours now. We can part to it. Tara will be back, and you guys do have a fairly sizable payday if you wanted to subcontract a sixth player. But that is something for you guys to consider. I do not feel well. How do you guys feel about that?
Well, the biggest problem is right now we're on the side of the building, 5
Yeah.
meters from our objective.
Yes, but you are 5 very, very long meters.
Yeah, I don't feel like we actually have right now the means to obtain it despite that.
Because let me ask you this: how are you getting a cage that side out the window?
The plan was to sedate the bird and take it from there, I believe was our plan. Because we had the sedatives for the bird, and then one of us was going to carry it down.
I mean, that sounds kind of like a plan.
Our biggest barrier right now is the window and our lack of correct BNE tools to take it out.
I mean, if we get the bird cage to the car, we can just vibro knife the stand off of the cage and put the rest of the cage in the car.
How are we going to get the cage? How are we going to get the cage? How are we going to get the cage out of there? We don't. The issue isn't the cage; it's the window.
I mean, who would have thought a couple of centimeters of glass would be such a problem?
Yeah, I
We
feel
just tried
like
this. Well, we had already had this stealth roll to hide him.
So,
and I have yet
what's
to roll
the
my.
What's the rest of the building
Yeah.
made of? Is it
Hey,
metal
let's-
or wood?
Let's see if Frank gets
Guys?
spotted up there.
guys, hold up. I'm gonna suggest something wild and insane. Why don't you maybe find a door to enter through? Because we can see inside the house where people are, where they're going. That is probably safer than waiting for what is definitely not a spirit to spot you outside.
So I'm on the roof. Are there balconies anywhere on this thing?
Nope.
He has no balconies at all on his.
No, he has a fantastic inside menagerie. Why would he need an outside balcony? And he has this wonderful
Okay.
little smoking room, which you guys are dangling outside the wall of. I mean, if you had a plink here, she could just smash that wall right open. But
What?
add
If we had a
bullshit.
plank? Oh, if we had plank? Oh, if Plank was here right now, we would be in the middle of a combat with HTR. Well, Stardust ran like the bird, cooing to it.
That hurts me because. That just hurts
No,
me.
she would have BNE'd through a different route. Now, I have a question. Is there any roof access to this place at all?
There's a couple of
What's
vents
the-
that have some, screenage and stuff in them, but when you pay for executive protection, you have to make some modifications to your home.
Yep, and one of those is, no external roof access, because that's how Shadowrunners get in.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Shadowrunners getting in, what are the supports made of? Is it glass and steel, or what?
Supports, like for taking the building
Is
down.
the building a glass and steel construction?
The
No.
outside layer of it thus far has been shown to be wood, like a nice old-timey house. The glass, since you guys are staring at it rather intently, is thicker than normal glass. It's probably ballistic, so that if somebody wanted to try and snipe a man through a window for whatever reason, that won't happen. But
Alright. Because what I was thinking is you have a fly spy, you could send it my way and I could strap a vial of Aqua Regia to it and you could use that to melt the glass instead of a mini welder.
Didn't
'Cause
we? I thought you gave him some Aqua Regia on his way, and you were telling him that you were going to give him some.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit, we've had an
Alright.
acid that could burn through the goddamn glass. You did give him Aqua Regia. Just use the goddamn acid that you have to burn a hole in the damn glass.
Oh, Seeley, while I remember the conversation regarding it, I don't remember actually receiving it. Okay, yeah, that happens. Acid, go.
Alright, let me read what this stuff does.
Oh my
It
god!
is 14p AP minus 4, and it's acid.
Oh, fucking, you're kidding me.
I mean, he sounds a little cranky about this.
Did he like leave his mic and he's just yelling in the next room?
I think
Yeah.
so. Maybe a little bit. So I will ask for what kind of skill would you like to use to apply acid to a glass?
I would like to use a skill that involves agility. So let
Okay.
me take a look at those.
Sell me a skill then.
Sell me a skill.
So I'd like to think that it doesn't seem like I'm just trying to cockblock you guys at every possible
Calming, maybe?
opportunity.
I mean,
What?
okay,
Palming,
it's a very
locksmith.
vague skill. Palming, would that be an applicable skill?
I feel like industrial engineering would be the thing.
Industrial engineering would be the perfect skill. However, I'm going to assume, given as the way that things have gone, that you don't have that.
He rolled it earlier.
No, he rolled engineering
No,
as a
I
knowledge
rolled
skill.
engineering as a knowledge skill.
You have industrial engineering as the active skill?
No, that's industrial mechanic.
Oh, industrial mechanic? You have
Yeah, I'm
it.
looking at a skill list right now.
Go for it.
Also, before he applies the acid, I will enter the host for one last time.
Okay.
And
This
I
is
will
your second time into the host, right?
Yes.
All right. You want to go ahead and roll that thing for me again?
Yes. Certainly.
I mean, I know how much you love the opportunity of being spotted. Are you cool with that?
Of all the things that have gone down, them knowing a hacker is somewhere in the host right now is not my biggest concern.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean-
thinking save the edge for when you need to climb over the wall right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is not how hard it's going to be to climb that wall has occurred to me.
With a squawking
I
bird?
would- Yes.
Edge for the edge gods.
Edge is saving.
Okay.
This is my last point of edge. It's my extraction edge. It's 12 dice. 5 hits on 12 dice isn't that common. My fingers are so crossed it hurts.
Fuck. All right, you're back in the
That goes
host.
to defender.
Alright, here is my...
Well, you were going to be in the host anyway, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm in the host. I'm going to spoof that camera. Spoof that camera. You know, you can move that bus, only worse.
Yeah.
Wait, let me get over to the roll 20.
Oh, I forgot the agent assist. There's 3 extra dice for that.
Come on, agent.
Sob.
You know what I'm going to ask you, right?
Don't do it.
But we're so close.
Unless you're prepared for the possibility of burning edge to survive getting out.
So that was your last edge, right?
Yeah.
There
Alright.
Yeah.
should be one more die in that roll. Oh no, you got 1 6. Never mind. I'm a derp.
And I roll what to resist this?
Device rating
Plus willpower.
I'm waiting for a 0 to pop up.
No,
Okay.
I would have lost. I would have lost. It
Yep,
would have
that-
triggered.
That defender.
I'm gonna exit the host and
Okay.
leap on the inside. The Stardust in the game thinks everything is fine because he doesn't know about Edge. This is going well. I got it.
So,
Okay.
what were you spoofing it to do?
Loop.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'm exiting the host,
Mhm.
and I'm not rebooting, but that'll be coming soon. I've got my baby monitor, and I'm going to virtual machine up, fly on the wall.
Okay.
What is my OS?
10.
10. Okay.
Yeah.
We're all right. Could be much,
We're
much.
okay.
I mean, it would be hilarious as Knight Errant responds to a convergence with the dude dangling off the wall.
That would make like the 6 world equivalent of stupid criminals.
I think I'd rather
Alright.
go death by cop at that point.
It's like he became famous as a Shadowrunner. What do you do? You don't want to know. Dangling outside of a building when HDR came and got him.
All right. Well, I'm on the roof right now. So, is he gonna acidify that wall? Or
I
that
was waiting for a
glass?
palming roll, I believe.
Oh, okay. You are buying the palming roll? All
Yeah,
right.
I'm just gauging how high of a threshold I'm setting for you to not, accidentally splash your cord that you were dangling so precariously from.
Don't
Are-
slash me, bro.
Are you comfortable with that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, man. What would an appropriate threshold be? I was
You
kind-
didn't decide?
Well, I kind of had an idea, but 3 is generally an average difficult, like a slightly above average difficulty thing, if I remember the chart in the book. But I was kind of hoping he would just edge it and get a bunch of successes, then I wouldn't have to think about it.
That's dirty.
I'm
Really?
flipping you off right now.
Do you want an evil suggestion?
Is it to have him accidentally splash acid on his lifeline?
No, it's to have him do a climbing check or something to that effect to stay stable while he does it.
That was
As
kind
in
of
to
included
make it
in
an average difficulty.
that was kind of
Yeah.
included in the.
Maybe he doesn't hit the lifeline, but he hits some of it on himself, and he has to resist the damage immediately.
I think I like that. How much damage does that do?
14p AP minus 4.
All right, yeah. If you could go ahead and we'll only make you soak like 10 of it because you splash some of it.
Oh god, oh god!
Okay.
Sorry, Frank.
Yeah. It's
some-
body and armor, right?
Yes.
Yep. Minus 4.
Okay. Damn it, my mouse is being a pain. Okay. So. This is gonna hurt.
So you can go ahead and take 6 physical, as you kind of burn yourself a little bit. It's
Okay.
A little bit. That's a lot bit.
Help me out here. Pain tolerance, which I believe I still have from the snuff. That reduces the penalties by 1.
It reduces
Yes.
the amount of boxes by 1, I thought.
You
It's-
have 6 physical boxes occupied, but only 5 of them are counted.
Okay, thank you.
so you're only at -1, thankfully. But yeah, no, you are able to.
God, oh, what in tarnation is this?
Aqua Regia.
Let's get
It's-
the bird.
It's good stuff. All right, you have a hole relatively large enough to stick an arm through.
Yeah, that happens. Arm, lock, open.
Open sesame.
So, let me ask you a quick question. One, where were you trying to?
Don't do
To
that
melt.
yet.
Places that would not be likely to be rigged up as per the previous
Yeah, like,
engineering
Basically-
roll I made.
just burn a hole in the middle of it, and let me reach through. I'll tap the cable so that and hack the sensor so it doesn't go off. Then we'll get you in and grab that fucking bird. We'll drug that bird, then grab it.
All right then. He shuffles down the rope, enough to get him up there.
Sure. You want to give me a climbing roll while you're
A what roll?
climbing? Just because you're
Okay.
having to juggle being savagely burned and up and down your rope here.
Stardust
Alright,
is
That falls under gymnastics, right?
Gymnastics plus strength.
Stardust
With
is
a
not on
minus
the
1
rope.
penalty from wound.
That's correct.
Stardust is not on the rope right now. What he's
Yep.
doing is basically climbing above the window, and I got 2 hits to do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna reach in and tap that damn cable with a data tap.
Old
Oh,
man on
man,
this.
on the rope.
Old man's good on the rope swing. So,
With the slightest of ease.
I'm gonna need a like hardware plus agility at like -2 and a lifting carry, because you are now
For me?
dangling precariously by one hand and trying to finagle a thing
Sure thing.
through
So,
a tiny
first
hole
you need-
that may have some acid still on it.
Okay. So hardware plus agility, you say?
Yes.
All right, and I'm doing this with my hand. So 7 dice,
Uh-huh.
because the agility on my hand is 3.
That's unfortunate. Oh, that's and then an oh dear God, please don't fall lifting carry.
Is this lift and carry on my leg since I'm hooked into the thing with my claws with that?
You may add the bonus for your claws, but not the strength from your legs, because if your hand does not hold because of the gecko gloves, in addition to your feet, you're just gonna like begin to fall backwards, and at some point your legs are gonna break and they're gonna fall out of the like your body weight will pull the legs free.
Okay, so I'm figuring with the strength of my arms then. Just
Strength
all
of your
4 of my all 4 of my limbs are augmented.
okay. So what is the average of all 4 of your limbs plus your meat?
5.
Okay, so you will use your 5 plus plus your body, and then you can add, I believe it's plus an additional 1 for your climbing claws. All right, you are able to data tap into the sensor.
Okay, what's its device rating?
Let's go with 3.
3?
Yeah.
All right.
Terrifying sensor.
All right, little bugger. Listen up. You're going to open up for me, and I assume it's not slave to anything, right?
Nope.
All right.
All right,
So-
you primitive screwhead, listen up.
Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna hack it on the fly.
This is my data tap.
Almost not.
What would you say? Now, I have 2 questions. First of all, because this thing is not wired, does it build Overwatch score? I don't know. We'll just say it does, huh?
Let's hope.
I don't
Let's
know.
hope that you get to 40 and it suddenly becomes a relevant question.
All right. So, what level action with control device would it be for it to not broadcast that the window is open when the window is open?
That sounds like a spoof, or not like a spoof. Oh, what's that other one?
Because spoof requires you to have
Marks on the owner.
a master, and it doesn't have a master. Or is it slave to something else?
It is definitely slaved to something.
Okay. So whatever that thing is, I just got a mark on it. So we'll just call this a spoof so that this is simpler for everybody. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, no, I was just... There's a thing that I know of that...
The security controller, the rating 5 thing from the one book?
There's a thing, but it is a...
It's hard. Sleaze used to be what it called in Shadowrun 4th edition, where it was like fake a signal, but they never came up with a good word for that. Okay, now open the window. And
Alright,
I will I will exit my hand.
Very carefully.
So, how close have I gotten to this place now?
This window is probably one of the most like fiendish opponents I've ever done battle with.
I mean... He's just doing his job, man. Just like all the wage slaves. So, you will be able to open the window. I imagine you're still about 4 minutes away, depending upon, like, how long did you wait after telling them to, yo, bro? Oh, I also need to roll this.
Um,
Fuck.
yeah.
There are times where I should really just GMBamce stuff, but I usually don't, because I would have killed you. What are you guys doing?
I'm
Oh, anything on your feed?
I'm gonna do another quick scan of all of the cameras, see if anyone is acting differently or going places that are unusual or stuff like that.
The
Especially if
housekeeper.
anyone's heading for that room.
The housekeeper is heading to the 3rd floor.
move now. So common sense, because I still think I have 2 of those left, or something. How bad is it? How bad would it be if I were to punch it here and try to get there quickly?
So
Bad.
you can literally reach an arm through and kind of fight with it a little bit to get it to open. Depending upon how good the old maid's hearing is, that could be real bad.
No, I'm talking about punching it on the car and.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misplaced your voice for a
Bamce.
sec. You're in
Yeah,
a
no,
double A
it's not.
zone, and speeding is not a thing that.
We cannot risk getting pulled over when they need exfil.
All right, I will continue driving at this torturously slow pace.
I mean, you could just abandon them.
That wouldn't accomplish my goal at all. I wanted to get to them faster.
Oh, yeah. So,
Hey, Crow, hold this patch. It's a stim patch. If I need it, I will tell you. At that point, can you stick it on that arm?
Yeah, I can do that.
at that point, slap me
Thanks,
in the
Phil.
face with it, please.
Exactly.
Can I get a quick gymnastics roll to climb in the window?
From both of us?
Anybody who's going inside via the window.
Okay.
Just because there is acid involved and maybe a threat of having to go faster.
Can we consider, by any chance, Crow urging them to go fast
I
to
mean,
be direct action?
Alan, do you feel like that would be helpful or harmful to the situation that Stardust finds himself in right now?
I mean, accepting the direction leadership test is the only way you're getting dice that might make you not roll a 0 there. But I do know a lot of people don't like to accept leadership, so I'm leaving it in your hands.
I've been muted this whole goddamn time.
Yes, you
Sorry.
have.
10 out of
Amazing.
10.
My discipline, my mic discipline is unparalleled. But yes, I will accept the leadership if Will is willing, or Rob is willing to allow it.
You know, I feel like I shouldn't now that you keep calling me Will. You're as bad as my mom.
My last
Right.
run, he was my GM, and I still have Will as the GM in my brain.
I see how it is. I don't raid anymore. Yeah, no, if you want that leadership, you can be more than happy to take it.
Yes,
Who was going through first?
Alright, you have 5 more dice. Good luck.
Good luck.
What could go wrong?
There we go.
All right. So, who would have thought being yelled at by a guy who's leisurely drinking coffee in a car, a couple of minutes away would,
He's like the Shia LaBeouf of our generation.
yeah.
Just do it.
And you guys have, you are inside the building. You are now officially super trespassing.
Okay, so right now, the situation, we're in a room.
Yes.
There's a door. We have a person coming up to the 3rd floor. The birdcage is in this room?
Yes. You guys may give me various tests of some kind if you want to ascertain more information about the settings you find yourself in?
You guys are gonna need more initiative passes soon, by the way.
Shut up. Yeah. I make my way to. How many doors are in this room?
Just the one.
Okay, I make my way up to the door, and hold on. Do I have anything openly out?
I don't know, but if I could get
Fictional
a matrix defense or a matrix perception defense test, that'd be great.
No, I'm not making any of those. I relent.
You don't have to.
Yeah, no, I'm
You're the one with the
stealthily
drug.
making my
Okay. You're
more
also the
quickly
one with the
stealthily
drug.
making my way up to the door, glue sprayer in hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Alan, can I get one of those matrix defense tests, please?
Yeah, it's coming.
Oh.
I don't know what his data processing is, but
Oh shit.
what is his data processing?
It is
How much
subtle.
of that does he keep?
He can't use the host's rating. He has to use that of his deck or comlink. What is his DP?
That has become suddenly very, very relevant to something.
Yes, I know it has.
What is your? Oh, you have 7.
Yep. Hey,
He
that's
might-
over 50% of my dice were hits.
Yeah, and my 9
Yeah.
on 14 is great.
Well, don't tell me how it comes out because I don't know one way or the other. But let me know if I need to roll any hacking defense rolls here soon. Because all that tells him is that there's a signal somewhere in the house or somewhere within 100 meters.
Yeah, you have officially
Doesn't-
been spotted. Is what it does, and then spotting leads up to other stuff.
Yep. But time-wise, why is okay? Why don't I glue spray the window or the door, and you?
Not the window. Not the window.
Yeah,
No,
you glue
no, do
spray
both.
the
It'll
door.
be great.
You glue spray the door. I'm sorry. I'll glue spray the door because I have a glue sprayer too. And you go sedate that bird because you're the one with the bird roofies.
Okay, was that another item I was given?
No.
I got the narco jet.
You had the chloroform, 2 vials of it. What's his name?
Okay,
gave it?
okay, this is another thing that was given to me. Okay, thank you. Okay,
So he
so
has
we
bird
switch
roofies.
roles. I see. My concern is this the right cage?
Open it up
And-
Well,
and find
better
out.
be. Hold
If it
fast.
If it doesn't, we're running.
Okay,
So
so
the door has been sprayed. It, I believe, has a couple of seconds before it officially hardens. So you can real quick change this decision if you want.
Okay, I'm
Do you
waiting.
guys
for
want to
the
do
I-
any tests
door.
before you pull back the curtain?
Parazoology. Are birds known for anything crazy, like throwing
Dire
people off of water
consequences?
towers or anything?
Yes.
Birds are evil.
Okay, and,
I mean,
and
haven't
what
you ever
form
been to
of
Australia? Have you ever heard of swooping season?
No, but that sounds horrifying. No one's talking about Australia.
hang on.
All right. So yes, we will not hold fast the door until we've opened the cage. That is a good point. Hanelan, where did? Okay.
So okay, yeah, switch out gear. I don't know if it's an aerosol.
Could you guys also
or-
give me a stealth check while you're?
Yeah, so we don't wake up the damn thing.
Well,
Is
you are stomping around in a room. I want to see how badly you've been stomping it. Yes.
Ah, we need to get this thing and get out now.
Why is the old man doing better than you?
Because he has
Because
goofy
the guys
legs.
hate him.
My goofy legs are designed for stealth.
He has so many more dice.
Ah.
Well, son, you might need to get a refund.
Oh, yes. Okay, can we please just get the bird out of here?
I'm gonna need you to make one more roll first.
What am I rolling?
Give me 1 second. I gotta find it in the book.
Okay.
If you can roll your intuition plus firewall, sir.
Sure.
I feel like I've broken him. At least his will, if not his mind.
A little bit.
You suddenly have a mark on something.
We're made. We need to go now.
So as you see this bing in your AR, and who is whipping back the
Frank
thing?
is.
All right, can you guys roll me perception tests?
Okay, can you get the damn bird?
Yeah, hold on about the bird.
All right, hold on about the damn bird. Okay, I'm not perceiving in detail or anything.
Matrix perception or
You're
regular?
all right. You're not even here. Why are you hyperventilating?
I'm laughing too hard.
All right, so you whip back the curtain, and what you see inside is a cage set up in about the size of a one of those parrot things that you saw. However, what you see inside is not at all what you were expecting. You see a bed as though it were set up for a being of about 18 inches tall. There is a couple of outfits. Looks like
Oh my god, it's a
tuxedos.
pixie. It's a pixie.
No.
No.
There's like a small one of those folding things to get changed behind, and there is a small microphone. And that's all you see inside of it.
Okay, I take one quick gander at it, and I immediately go for my ballistic mask.
Okay.
Well, you're wearing a chameleon suit, like it's a full body suit thing.
Yeah, but my ballistic mask has sensors on it, like
Okay.
motion sensors.
So Stardust is upset and would like to take an action now.
What would he like to do?
Okay, he's going to spend a free action with his configurator to swap out his dex configuration real fast. And he is going to
Is he gonna go screw this guy?
yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to fry him or yeah, I'm just going to fry him. So I'm going to shoot a data spike at whoever the hell just spotted me.
Okay.
It's hammered and blacked out.
I have no idea what those do, but I'm assuming it's not going to be fun.
If it hits him, it's gonna make his day bad.
Yeah.
That's, and I don't have any agent assistance on this, so because I'm not running an agent if I'm getting attacked.
Are you?
Oh shit! I've got a mark on him. I have no edge, dude.
I know. Well, I wasn't sure if you wanted to burn just in case. I figured I would give you the option. You know.
I don't smack down.
Oh, I didn't realize you were a bitch then.
Yeah, I am a bitch.
All right, let me. Do.
Then after that, I'll spend a free action to reconfigure my deck to a defensive
Get
set.
wrecked.
So my firewall clashes against his. There's this blast of song and light in the Matrix, directed at his deck. I don't know what his persona looks like, but mine is an alien riding a comet with a robotic alien centipede thing crawling over it. Actually, the centipede is gone because I don't have my agent. My apologies. What does his persona look like?
His persona looks like a genie in the classical sense of human upper body and smoke trail for legs, and it currently has a. It seems like it has chains around it, and it looks sad.
All right.
If you
Wait.
don't immediately launch into another attack, you will get a message on your deck. You'll send a text message.
What does it read?
I'm sorry?
What does it say?
Help.
Oh my god, they have a captured Technomancer.
What? What? Is there? Is the response?
We've been hired to rescue a Technomancer, Mike.
No.
My God.
There's. What on earth are you? And if the next action is an attack, it could be a ploy. I don't know.
So what do
my
you
next
guys,
perception?
Frank? What you doing? You see an empty cage in front of you.
Yeah, Frank got his ballistic mask on
Uh huh.
and pulled through the motion sensor and the ultrasound to see if there's anything in the cage.
All right. Go ahead and roll your perception at -3.
Okay, I would roll the sensors level, right?
Well, you're still using your perception.
Okay.
I don't think there's a matrix perception threshold for identifying someone as a techno. I think that's just astral.
It is astral.
Yeah, that's about right.
No,
You-
but
Frank,
there's
you
something else.
You still don't see anything in the cage. So you're matrixly perceiving the other persona.
Yes, and I have questions that I'd like to ask about it.
Sure. What would you like to ask?
Is it well? If it's not running silent, then my first question will be, is it running any programs?
No.
What is its device rating?
I'm gonna go ahead and guess 5.
Jesus. Yeah. What is its attack rating?
Give me one quick second. Its attack rating is 6.
Okay. It has an matrix attribute. It's not. Is it connected to a host?
No.
It's not communicating with anybody else? Alright.
You don't see. It's not inside a host. It looks like it is attacking you or attempting to interact with you.
Locally. What the hell are you? Is the text it gets back. Because now he's confused and switching back to sneak mode.
Okay. You want to go ahead and roll at -3 on that?
Perception check?
Yeah, for Crow, since he got the feed. Sorry, words fail me after 8 hours.
Sorry, no.
Did you roll that at -3, sir? If not, it's fine. Because I saw what your thing is. So you will see in one of the lower corners as Frank is looking around moderately confused and panicked. You'll see that there is a small person with incandescent wings that seems to be wearing like a tuxedo outfit and is cowering in one of the corners.
Oh, good. It speaks English.
Oh no, your thing is because you were talking to the Matrix persona. You asked it, "What are you?"
Yes.
Trapped.
You're not the spider for this facility? You have to legally tell me that. Otherwise, any actions you perform, corporate court bullshit. I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
If you're a cop, bro, you got to tell me.
Yeah, that's his Matrix security check. He doesn't know, but he's like, yeah, if you're a cop, you got to tell me.
If it works, like, so you'll just get back a confused spider. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
trapped? Who are you? Fuck.
I am me? I don't understand. Who are you?
I'm Stardust. Well, that doesn't matter.
Is this conversation going on in real time or Matrix time?
It's D&I time.
Pseudo
Okay.
Matrix time? So Frank, they told you there was a pixie in there.
I'm readjusting my search. I actually pull out the Fly Spy drone, even though it's pretty much on my wrist while doing this, and both of us are looking, because I can't find the bastard.
Sure. You may take +3 for observe and detail, but you are still at -3 because of, concealment. Because pixie.
So I'm back up to my regular pool.
Yep.
Yay.
I love how Stardust just cannot find the fucking pixie. Let me roll some dice to see. Oh,
Truck it. Shove it in a pocket.
so you see a terrified-looking 16-inch tall man. And he is looking at you with fear in his eyes. He's right
That's
there.
not
You're-
a bird. Yeah, I receive over DNI to put Crow on speaker.
Okay.
I don't know if I have anything that would be traditional speakers.
My smartphone can go onto speaker mode, therefore,
Yay. Okay, I turn my ballistic mask inside out and crank up the volume.
I mean, just because he's 16 inches tall doesn't mean that he's deaf.
Well, I mean, it's headphone things
Yeah,
for a mask.
no, I got you. Crow, what would you like to do? Crow?
Are you muted? Oh god, he killed Crow.
Well, that's
Oh, it
unfortunate.
somehow swapped itself. That's weird.
Yeah, Skype does that sometimes.
Okay, so I'm going to tell it, okay, I know that this circumstance is probably both confusing and terrifying given your circumstances, but what you need to know right now, do you understand me, by the way? And I'm going to kind of wait a moment to see if it understands English.
Give me some kind of social role.
You want etiquette or leadership to calm it down, or and
Whichever.
accept me as a
It-
friend?
It is up to you. I will.
I have the same for both.
Okay.
I just realized it doesn't matter.
So, it'll give you a quiet yes. It's
Okay,
still obviously
listen.
very nervous, given as strange people just broke into its house, sort of.
What you need to know is that we have been recruited by an interested party to get you out of here. There may be some impending unpleasantness that you may not want to be conscious for. If you wish, he has a sedative you can take that will put you under while we remove you from this location. If you don't trust us, that's fine. But I want you to agree to go with us so we can get you out of here. Is that okay with you?
Sounds like some negotiation or something along those lines.
And I'm going to post-edge it, because I have a bit of edge to spend.
That makes one of us.
Oh, come on.
How much opposed negotiation would a pixie have beyond its social bonuses that it's getting because you are not master? Master will be very mad at us.
Hmm?
So it's gonna fly up from where it is kind of hiding and get behind a piece of the furniture to kind of put. It's like, no, this is a trick. Master will be mad if I escape. In a little squeaky voice. Hogne, as you are driving, you will see through the cameras in the outside in the hallways, you will see the maid kind of poke her head out and like look confused as she looks towards the room that you guys are all in. What would you guys like to do? Oh, you said, so the
Can
genie
I-
will respond to you. It's like, you just tried to hurt me. If Alan is still muted.
I thought you were trying to hurt me when you tried to attack my deck.
You got a mark on me.
Is that how you say hello?
He's gonna kind of shrug. I don't understand. I don't understand your world. It's
Okay, I will come back for you, I swear. Be patient and don't tell anyone about this.
make some kind of
Okay.
social roll.
Okay, etiquette, okay? Or performance?
That depends. Are you sincere?
Yes.
Then etiquette will suffice, or leadership, or
My dice pools are all the same.
okay. So just roll it, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll see whether or not he believes you.
Trust in me. Stardust will front a solo to rescue this thing if it's an AI or a technomancer dog trapped in this guy.
Trying to think. Nah, he wouldn't have that much social stuff because he's not. So he'll be like, but
If he's a xenosapient, he has uncouth, but I don't think he is.
so he'll respond with a. I have seen you. I know who you are. You have until the end of this lunar cycle. Basically, the end of the month.
Done.
And he will kind of slump down a little bit in his dark place in the matrix that he's in.
You know that song Free Fallin'? I'm rebooting.
Rebooting.
Actually, yeah, no, I'm
Won't
rebooting.
Won't you
there's
lose
no-
your marks on the host and not be able to recover them?
Yeah, but good point. I will remain there.
Okay. What is everybody else doing? And Hogne, did you let them know? Because they seemed a little occupied at the moment.
I thought I said that the maid was showing interest in the door. Was my mic muted? Dang it.
I just wanted to make sure everybody knew about it, given as I may be putting
Yeah.
certain people in stressful situations.
Yeah.
What are you telling us
How
about?
close am I to the house at this point? Their maid is looking curiously at your room.
Okay.
And what is my ETA currently?
About 3 minutes.
Okay. You need to get that. You need to get
So
that
if
thing
I-
unconscious. We need to get that thing unconscious and out of here. Like
If
in
I
the
were to
next
try to
6
convince
seconds.
it again, would I take the -2 penalty or whatever it is? I think
Minus
it's
one
minus.
for trying.
It would be minus
Minus
2 in this case because
-2.
you are repeating and its situation has not changed, and because I like to penalize faces.
All right.
Its
I'm going to
attitude
tell
could
it.
have worsened.
I'm going to tell it. Okay. Look, you have nothing to lose, but your freedom to gain. If you trust us, the very worst situation you can end up in is being exactly where you are now, right? But if we can get you out of here, you can have something other than this to look forward to, maybe. We can't promise that everything will go as planned, but we can promise that we will try to get you out of here.
Let me see throw them bones. Holy.
There we go, and he keeps that.
Well, he pre-edged it, so he keeps all that shit.
Exactly. That's
Yep.
what I'm saying. Get
So-
dunked on.
Actually, even if I hadn't, I would still keep 12 hits. My social limit's really high.
There's all kinds of other factors that, like, for example, your gear that you may be wearing does not supply social situations.
Oh
because
no, that's just from my
raw
stats,
animal
tailored
magnetism.
pheromones, and my voice, my
Your
voice
pheromones
expander.
would not count because
No,
he
because
cannot
those
smell
affect.
you.
They don't add the dice, but they affect my own attitude. Is how they explain it. I don't know why.
That's retarded. Anyway,
It is, but it's what they say.
so he will very, very tentatively kind of step out from around the piece of mini furniture that he was hiding behind, and look to you as if he is expecting you to scoop him up and throw him in a pocket or something along those lines. Meanwhile, you will notice that the maid is coming closer to that door.
Stardust, can you spoof some sort of command to her comlink to make her go somewhere else for some reason? I don't know. Be creative.
Fire alarm.
That's more
Smoke
likely to
detector.
trigger
No.
an alert. That is
No,
more likely
no,
to trigger an
no,
alert than
no.
anything. Okay,
The kitchen stove timer.
my spoofing a command at this point is more likely to trigger an alert than the alternative. Let's just get out of this area, and then she'll see the smoking window and the fact that the bird is gone. Okay, fine. It can only make things better. So I'm going to venture once more into the breach.
Into the host.
Yes, sir. As I'm crawling out the window, back onto the side.
Alright. If you accept the direction, that will be +4 to your climbing checks.
Oh, thank you. Do you want me to roll that stealth check?
I'm sorry, what are you trying to stealth? I was...
Do you want me to, because I'm entering the host, do you want me to roll sleaze plus logic?
Sure.
Okay.
There was no way you had 0 dice for climbing out the window.
So,
No,
no,
he rolled already.
so I got 4 hits to get out the window.
Okay.
Ding! Dinner's ready.
Damn. All right.
Yeah. So Frank opens up the cage, gets the pixie, shoves it into indeterminate pocket. Quasi politely, given that we're heisting right now.
You are indeed heisting.
Like it does have a face, so it deserves some respect. But on the same time, we're heisting right now. So
Pixies
yeah.
can fly.
That's nice.
All right.
It goes in my pocket.
Are you gonna knock it out, or are you just gonna stuff it in there?
You made it seem like it was waiting to get stuffed in.
I just wanted to make sure that you weren't gonna like grab it in your hand and then apply.
You can offer it the sedative.
Drug
and be
myself
like,
at the same time.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to take a nap right now?
No.
Okay, get in.
Almost as if he doesn't trust you.
Yeah. All right. So gets into a pocket, closes the cage, puts the cover back on the cage, and we are out the window.
So Stardust, what was your plan on getting out the window? As
Climbing out using my gecko gloves and claws.
Okay, what was your spoof command that you spoofed?
I was spoofing a command from the host to her saying the laundry machine is something that is in the house that would requires her attention.
And
I
what is
assume
that?
I can
Rinse
see all the
filter was
factors
not
here.
properly cleaned in the dryer.
What's the last thing
Something
she
like-
did?
Nothing in the Matrix. That
Okay.
let me amend that. Anything she did in the Matrix was done more than an hour ago.
If the laundry machine is running, the host is going to send her a message saying the laundry machine is overflowing with water.
Okay, we can let that go.
Just like something that she'll go there and check it, she'll find out it wasn't the case and think, oh, that was weird, I should report this to security. At that time, I plan on being about at Dante's Inferno, if not running rapidly away with the sound of sirens behind me. And I got 4 hits to climb down. I believe vertical movement downwards is higher.
Yeah,
It's faster.
it's 2 meters as opposed to 1.
So I go 8 meters down.
Okay.
In the first combat turn. Stardust's only goal at this point is get the fuck out of here.
Sure.
Yeah,
8
we need to
meters
be
is a
gone like
lot of
5 minutes ago.
distance.
I'm
8
sorry,
meters is a lot of distance.
It is. You could probably easily drop that far. I'm pretty sure you jumped that far the other day.
And I don't see
That was 16 meters.
I don't see
So,
anyone
how high up
conspicuously
off the
near
ground?
spotting them, right?
I'm sorry, there was 2 people at once there.
Oh, I just was wondering what I got on my perception test, if anything.
For what? Oh, checking the position of
Yeah,
anyone
checking
outside.
if there's like anyone watching around where that window is, where they would need to go to ideally not get spotted on their exit.
Let
Is he
me.
rolling leadership on our sneaking, or I don't know? Sorry, I'm.
So it doesn't.
Holy
You don't
shit,
see anybody in there. However, as you're checking around the cameras, you will see a very subtle red light blinking. So, what do you guys want to do?
Stardust is once
Climb me
you
down the wall.
Yep.
And then, yep. Frank, did you roll your climbing out?
No, he is not.
If you could do that for me,
Let me get
please.
the full pull up here. It's climbing unassisted, right?
Yes, because you don't have gecko gloves unless you want to just cause a grapple gun to the ground and then pull yourself to the ground faster.
That seems like a good idea.
Wait, let me see here. A, B, C, D, E. I don't seem to have any skills in the F category. Okay. So, all right. -1 because I'm hurt.
+4 from the leadership test earlier. If you accept Crow's direction of get the hell out.
I will, and wow, that's a lot. Yeah, okay.
GTFO.
Sadly, I'm so old that I can only keep 5 of those.
So old.
I take the reagent. Do I need to roll anything for that shit, or does it just pop?
You what?
Or I think it.
Oh, the preparation?
Oh,
Yes.
All right, so we
I
roll
will
the.
roll that.
Remember,
I got it.
as a health spell, I believe. It is negative
Yep.
his essence. So, how much essence are you missing, Stardust?
4 points of essence loss.
So -4 on that.
If
Uh,
this turns me purple or does something terrible, I will burn Edge to survive just to kill Hagane.
What if it surges you?
I'm sorry, 3 points. I'm missing 4 points of Edge.
Time
So
out.
what we're
I
saying
just
is
looked.
you've done a run with Dawn.
Excuse me. I just looked at the climbing table, page 134, and never mind, it's unassisted. I'm just gonna shut up now.
Unassisted? What? Okay.
Yeah, no, I was thinking. Wait a minute. A climbing down, rappelling. That's 20 meters +1 per hit. But no,
That's for
not what I'm-
repelling.
Yeah,
You're not
that's-
repelling. You're. How are you getting down? Like, you can get up into the window pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, there's a rope. I'm assuming it's a couple feet away. I'm gonna have to make,
Oh, so you
a
left your
crazy-
grapple gun attached.
Yeah. I mean, I really wasn't
Okay.
using it when.
No, that's
the,
fine. I just need to know how you were getting downstairs.
Climbing down.
The
I
rope.
don't want to say like a marine, but yeah, just legs are free, one hand over
Sure.
the other.
Go ahead and give me
down,
that
down, down.
that climbing roll. We'll see
Okay.
we'll see how well it goes.
Oh, that was my roll too. Okay. Do I still get that bonus?
The
Leadership bonus.
as long as you accept Crow as your leader.
So,
Now, I'm going to
How much
ask a really
is
dumb
Frank?
question.
Mm-hmm.
There is no climbing skill, right? It falls under gymnastics.
Gymnastics
right?
plus strength.
Yes.
Thank you. Let me get that. Jesus Christ. Only keep 5.
So, like the action hero you are, you kind of dive out the window, grab onto the rope, and begin to real quick rope slide down.
Next to the cybernetic freak climbing beside you.
Yep, he's taking the slow way. You ain't got time for that. I ain't got time to bleed.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, if you could roll me a stealth to get from the building to the wall.
Did we have to roll a sneak to get from the wall to the ground, or?
No.
Okay. Could
Don't-
I use the roll I rolled for that earlier then?
Yeah,
That
you rolled
hit?
a giant pile of hits.
Yep. Get to the fucking wall.
You
Get
feeling
the
a little
car here.
feeling a little tense?
Now. Yeah, just a little.
Alright. I would hate for something untoward to happen.
So, I think I'm almost there now.
You are indeed almost there. You're about another minute out. Just because, unless you guys took longer in there than I think you took.
No, we didn't. We moved freaking fast.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of D&I conversation and a couple of quick, oh god, why is there nothing in the cage?
That giving the sprites having concealment and that moment terrified me. I was like, no, no,
God.
no. Where did it go?
What's
I
in
thought-
the box?
I thought maybe it had escaped, and we were gonna have to search the whole house for a rogue pixie.
I mean, I'm a
No,
bad
not
man.
with
I'm
the
not.
concealment power.
I'm a bad man. I'm not that bad of a man.
Like, do I have
was
enough
imagining
narco
escape-
jet to take out everyone in the building?
Yeah,
Yes,
probably close
Do you
to
want
it.
to just keep the standing 4 on my leadership, or should I re-roll it whenever?
You can just kind of stick on it for now.
Yeah. Less rolling for me. More, go guys, go! I believe in you.
So you guys,
Believe in the me that believes in you.
Also,
You're-
I'm going to toss up a little time to destination in our AR display.
sure. You guys will watch the slowest 60 seconds you've probably ever seen pass by, because you have a pixie in your pocket. Stardust is pretty sure there's an AI that's living in there somewhere. And yeah. Are you guys going over the
Don't
fence, or are
forget
you
the
waiting on?
leadership.
Are you waiting on this side of the fence, or are you going on the other side of the fence to wait?
I want to be on the other side of the fence to wait. That's just me.
Sure.
I'd rather not have to climb over a fence if the cops spot us.
No.
All the way over.
Okay.
So that was 3 seconds, and then another 3 seconds.
Do you want to roll me those stealth rolls while you're on the other side of the wall, see how well you're hidden?
Yep.
I feel like runners are so vulnerable when they don't have any edge.
It does. Like, this is what Shadowrun should feel like all the time. This is probably the funnest parts of it.
Yeah, this is super fun, but I am, like,
This is
Uh,
so tense, but so good.
There's something
like
Pavlovian-
seriously, I can patch minor fractures if you have to jump off that wall if things get bad.
Is
Well-
this urban?
Yeah, this can be urban because you're against the wall and you're crying for all the dice that you can get.
I'll suck your cock for a D6, mate.
I mean, I'm not quite that desperate for that, but I'm pretty sure I could find you somebody.
Never before have I been so glad to have headphones.
Oh, sorry. I know not swearing like a sailor was one of the requirements, but
No, I'm pretty sure this is okay. You're in a.
No moderator is gonna watch 7 hours of footage to get to the end. See if it
No,
works.
part of me feels bad because I probably should have broken this into another section from when I uploaded to YouTube, but I didn't. So the timer will tick down, and you will then see your concordant come around the corner. Hagne, I think I need you to make possibly one of the most important roles of your life. Are you ready?
Hang on a second. Crow, hit me in the face.
You need that patch?
Yes.
It is done.
Ow! Alright, what's the roll?
I need you to roll me pilot groundcraft to drive casual.
Does he get leadership bonus for act casual?
I mean, you could give him a composure bonus to drive casual, knowing that I'm pretty sure he saw the blinking red light inside that building, which, hey, that can't be a bad thing, right?
Well, I'm just going to reference one of the best things ever.
Hmm.
Oh
What are
no,
you
that says
referencing?
abt natural.
Act natural. Alright,
It's
so
clearly
what
a
do I
B.
get? So, do I get the leadership on this? Does he have to roll another test, or do I get the other one, or...
Do
Yes,
you accept him as a leader in this situation?
Yes.
Okay, well then he may roll leadership to give you some leadership dice, and we'll see how that turns out.
4 dice.
There. We go. What is this limited by?
The handling of your vehicle.
That will be a 5.
Okay, you got 5 hits. Let me roll.
Maybe edge to break your limit, bro.
You can post edge to break limits. You will
Yeah,
get
but
to...
I only break limits on the dice that I roll post edge.
No, they
Yeah,
all
but
break.
you would keep your 7 successes, and then you would anything you get off of the edge dice post, you would also keep.
Yeah, break your
Alright.
I
Break
think
limit.
we're okay as we are.
No. Yeah,
I mean,
won't
I haven't
break limit on this.
I haven't rolled anything, and it's almost as if somebody hit a HTR button in there somewhere in
Yeah,
a double A
break-
zone.
break the limit, bro.
Break limit?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, you've got edge to spend.
I've only got 1 edge to spend, but that's 9 successes.
So with 9 successes,
I totally belong here.
Also, no, never mind. Keep going.
whew, I don't even know if 10 dice is appropriate for that. So you will be able to. Well, let me ask you this: you are leaving the immediate area, driving in a calm, cool, collected manner. Nothing illegal at all going on here. What's your plan of action?
My plan of action is to get out of this zone by the shortest physical distance possible, and as soon as I can be sure that I've broken contact with cameras and people in other cars, switch license plates and spoof tags.
Sure.
Repeat. Rinse. Repeat.
Yeah.
Like
no.
4 times.
So paranoid. I appreciate it. So you'll be able to get. I believe Auburn is real close to the Barrens. There will be a quick checkpoint where I will. Just a moment, sir. What's the rating of the fake sin you're flying?
It is 4. I mean, they usually don't care about people entering the Barrens. Especially since I've got a bounty hunter's license.
Not well. You were taking the shortest distance, and an HTR button was just pushed somewhere, so they're a little bit more studious. However,
Alright. So what do I roll for this?
you know, it's
I don't-
just your fake sin is a threshold.
Aren't they hidden? Or are they just like in the back seat?
I don't know. Are you guys in the backseat? What's the plan?
I thought the hacker's place of residence was my smuggling compartment.
Did you wait outside the building to open up the boot of your car in the smuggling compartment?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So everybody's just sitting in the backseat of the car then?
Well, what I was thinking is we didn't want to have them visible when they were possibly just on the street cams. So just like pile them in the trunk and have them turn everything off. That's a lot faster than accessing the proper smuggling compartment.
There's
And
no way I
using
would have
the-
been sitting in. There's no way that Stardust would have been sitting in the back because right now he's in his battle legs or his stealth legs and his chameleon suit, and
Sure.
he's not gonna have time to change out of that. So if I can at all be in the smuggling compartment, I will be in the smuggling compartment.
I mean,
Okay,
just
I have
using
an
the
idea.
trunk is not that bad of an idea
Yeah.
because
I-
the trunk
yeah.
is only an issue if someone's struggling and making noise.
I have
Yeah.
an idea. Let's take off his legs, and the 2 of us go in the smuggling compartment. The legs can go in the trunk for whatever reason.
So rather
I
than
have a cyber leg. They can be my spares.
I'm just gonna need the 2 trunk people to roll a stealth check. Just one last little stealth check to make sure that somebody doesn't sneeze or something else inappropriate as you're being
It's a
scanned.
smuggling compartment. That son of a gun is soundproof to hell and back.
It's the
Quiet.
trunk. It's
Yeah, it's the trunk. Man, Stardust is an intimate motherfucker. I get to go into the honeymoon suite, and I get to
No. No. No.
Here it goes. Did we get a point of edge back for completing our objective for what is about to happen?
I will
Please.
be a benevolent lord and return a point of edge to you.
Okay.
So they weren't fucking, but it was probably somebody's backwards legs poking somebody else and somebody else being grubby. So
What's the old man? He's got lots of darts that get sore and ache. What is the officer? What is the mental limit of those officers, by the way? Tell
Well-
me it's less than 4.
funny thing about visual enhancement and their wireless
Oh
bonuses
yeah,
and,
shit.
and stuff.
Visual? Are they
Visual
seeing?
enhancement ain't gonna do anything.
But okay, never
Audio
mind. We're not
also
arguing.
has a bonus to that. So
We live we die by the dice. We lost by the dice. Now we take it like men.
Hagagne, the officer is like, can I just get you to pop your trunk real quick?
DNI. Crap. Like, just DNI. I'll step out of the car and, out of character, burn edge. Burn edge. Burn
No,
it.
no.
Get in the
Hold
compartment.
up. Hold up.
Hold up.
They're in the
Like-
trunk, but not in the smuggling compartment, correct?
Correct, because you would have otherwise had to take a significantly longer amount of time to get them into the smuggling compartment properly.
Do we know what they heard?
You don't necessarily know that they heard anything. He just, especially because you rolled a crap on your auditory
Yeah.
perception.
I
So you don't know what he did. He's just asking you in a rather matter-of-fact tone if you could pop the trunk.
Is something wrong, officer? Just looking confused and quizzical.
Standard procedure every once in a while. I'm sorry that you've been randomly selected for a screening. You know how it is every so often, and he's going to kind of like hold his data pad as though
What race is he?
he is human, because humans are great. It's really hard to be racist against humans, and I think they're also still the most.
No, I mean, like, what ethnicity?
Caucasian, looks Seattle native.
Oh no. How many people do we see?
So there is this guy. There's at least one other guy within easy visual range working the checkpoint going the opposite direction. There is a small building on the other side, and there are cameras.
So
Can
I don't.
I'm gonna go kind of, okay, look, are you looking for, like, a kickback or something? Is this, what this is about? I'm gonna sound like this is something that's exasperating but expected.
Roll me some dice. Let's see how that goes.
Just when you thought you were done puckering.
I mean, I'm not the one that's stuck in a thing. So there's a giant trope of all of the cops in Shadowrun being, horribly on the take.
Yeah.
One of these days, I will be 100% certain to have a straight cop
actually
that you
honest
guys
cop.
run into. But what
Can
I'm going to
today not?
ask is, I'm going to ask for an edge test from the entire team. I'm going to be looking for 4 hits. That is 1 hit per person. If you can hit my 4-hit threshold, he will be open to a bribe.
Can you edge an edge test? Is that a thing you can do?
No, because it is a measure of your luck.
Unlimited wishes.
Burn.
Oh, fuck.
Wow, you guys are not lucky at all.
So, can I just burn a point on this?
To do
Like-
what?
Hold up. Let's see what he says first.
Well, what is your plan? Because you can.
Burn a point to succeed a test with 4 hits?
What kind of test?
A test of what, though?
Like what
This
is your,
edge test.
so
so
you
that
want
he's
you want
corrupt and
to
we can
burn a
bribe him.
test so that you can bribe him.
The thing is that won't work unless he's actually open to the idea, which the edge test determined he's not.
A burning edge is a strange and magical situation. I will accept your offering if that is what you wish to do.
I do not want to lose here.
That's fine.
We've come so far.
So what is going to happen is you're going to come around to the back, and he's going to ask you to pop the trunk. And I'm going to assume that you have a cred stick in your hand that you put on the hood. I'm
You
sorry.
actually assume correctly, because I am carrying a bunch of those things.
Yeah, cred sticks are great for getting out of trouble. And you will put the cred stick on your hand as you go to, like, kind of sticking out to as you go to open it, and you will open it, like, not enough to really see the people inside, but you guys inside will get that little stream of light that comes right across your faces, because that's how this cinematically always happens to play out. And then he will reach forward and put his hand, like his thumb, over the part of the cred stick near where your hand is, and we shut the door and kind of like just palm it in there. Thank you very much, sir. I'm terribly sorry for the delay. You understand how this goes.
Oh, that's perfectly fine, officer.
So let me ask you this: how much money was on the cred stick?
That would be... I think... I'm actually not good at the whole...
Well, how
thing
about this?
yet. Is 1,500
Can I
a
roll
good
etiquette
bribe?
to know like what would be a fair amount or an expected amount?
Hogney can roll etiquette because it was his cred stick to have
Yep.
to have an idea. If you have basically any specialization will be relevant here.
Corporate?
Yeah, no, he's definitely corporate. So with 3 hits, you're pretty sure you can get away with about $500.
Okay.
Given as he caught you guys in a bad spot. You will be able to return to your vehicle and drive off into the Barrens. Now, you guys seem to have some talking you need to do.
So I'm driving a Concordat in the Barrens. This is bad.
Along the border, but
Stardust is gonna have his bike meet him in Loveland, or not Loveland, the Redmond version of Loveland, Tourstville.
Touristville.
Okay.
I'm going to get on my bike. I'm going to get out of my chameleon suit, get out of my
your freak legs.
all my
So
my freak legs.
the
and I'm going to
only
drive-
the only thing I'm really curious about at this is, what are you doing with the pixie?
Oh, that's not my job.
Because after the amount of time we've put in thus far, I'm not interested in pursuing you guys any further. I have been sated.
You have been sated.
I need to know
So-
what you're doing with the pixie, and I need to know if Alan wants to talk to them about the AI.
So first off, do we have Rat's number?
Yes, you would have, like, when you got the first upfront of the payment, you would have gotten a comm code to call when what would you guys like to do?
I mean, I feel uncomfortable too, but I can't afford a hit to my street cred. I barely have any as it is. No
So-
one's gonna take me for a job if I betray a Johnson.
What we can do, because it is well past my bedtime, is
Crow
we can.
has made a suggestion.
I was gonna say we can.
Because this gives him simultaneously a chance to have us complete the job, keep the pixie free, and completely destroy his rival.
So, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call the run because I need to get to bed, and you guys may use the Skype chat to discuss what it is you wish to do. I will be back on tomorrow about before the time that this run started today, and we can figure things out.
That sounds good.
Okay.
The GM fatigue is real.
Yeah.
I totally
Sorry.
acknowledge
No,
it.
it's not your fault.
You did a great job, Ron. Rob.
Ah.
I'm
You
sorry I
get-
fucked your name so many times. I'm tired too.
Did you guys do you feel the weight lifting off of you?
No, not yet. Also, I'm probably. It's nothing against this team, but this team isn't a Matrix team, so I'm probably going to be talking on the Jackpoint the people Stardust trusts, his fellow hackerites, and figure out a plan to get that AI out.
Yeah, no, like that's clearly a very Matrixy thing.
Yeah, and I know one person in particular who has a
Spook.
deal about liberating AI. Spook and somebody else just came back to the hub. Neo-chan is back in town, so I'm gonna have to talk to her.
Okay, I actually have to take a shower and get ready for work. Can I just put my PC's thoughts in the chat and then we'll work through that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
For the moment, you guys are
I
free
figure what
to.
we can do is we can just talk by post in the Skype chat.
Yep.
Because we've got plenty of time.
You guys are
Until
free
tomorrow.
to enjoy other employee if you should find it. But thank you guys. I hope that you all can unpucker yourselves.
And we're holding off on the run rewards until a decision is made. I
You
believe.
have at the moment received the first portion of it as the upfront. However, if you are dependent upon what you are considering doing, you might not want to spend that yet.
Yeah.
Stardust is leaving it to the rest of the team to handing over the extraction target because that's what he sees this as, and that's not his job, and it never has been. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
No, we made our agreement, as distasteful as it is. We knew what we were getting into.
Yeah, we gotta
Trolls
do
just
it.
You know
like to
what?
find
I've
a way
exchanged-
for us to basically get away with everything.
I don't get the fact. I don't really see it being any different. Just because the slave being handed from one master to another happens to be 16,
if we've-
6 inches tall. Like, I've done this before.
This isn't any different than with any other extraction target.
So I'm going to actually hang up now because otherwise we're going to get back into talking, and I'm going to try and go to bed.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Go.
Real quick, Rob, anything I could roll to determine the interest he might have in my idea before you go?
Maybe your corporate politics stuff, or not your corporate politics. The thing you rolled
Seattle
earlier. You know who
politics.
he was.
I have an easy question. What was the upfront money? How much money
It
am I
was
adding?
15.
15.
'Cause you
Okay.
get-
And what was the karma? Or
No
you know-
karma yet.
No karma yet. All right.
No, because it'll
That's
depend
not
upon
done.
what happens.
Sounds good. Take
Because bad feels incoming.
Maybe. Who knows? So with 4 hits, slavery is a funny thing. Pixies aren't officially people by UCAS standards.
slavery already exists anyways. Like
Without knowing the details of his rivalry, it is unsure of how much he would like his rival
If
brought
nothing
down low,
else,
and how much
he could
might-
absolutely destroy the guy's reputation.
right. And who's to say he's not into similar things, which would then
Yeah.
sure
Well, he wouldn't
shed
have
light
to be
upon it.
visibly involved.
Yeah, well, it's a
they're all in the
But you
same
need to
club.
sleep. You need to
Yeah.
sleep.
Okay,
I need to
let's-
stop.
Rob, thank you for the run.
Yes,
You are
thank
welcome.
you,
I put
Rob.
all Haganay things on the matter in Skype chat. And be back on tomorrow. I'm
Yeah,
tired
let's-
too.
Yep.
Let's take the whip off of the GM's back. See, Rob.
That's it.